Hello, all you lovely people out there. We hope you're having a fantastic night, and thank you for joining us for episode 3 of the Mythic Initiative. My name is Chris Cologne, and I will be your resident keeper for this story. With me, I'm joined by a bunch of lovely folks here, so let us start off with C.
Hi everyone, my name is C. I use they them pronouns. You can find me making very trans, very Garrett on the internet at Pi Tonight I am playing your beloved or misbeloved or completely unbeloved because they're a little sewer rat, Eden the Hex, who uses they he pronouns, and I am going to pass things over to Vin. Vin, that's you. You're muted though.
You're muted. You're muted. It's all an illusion.
I'm muted. How can I do that? Hi, guys. I'm Vin of VinVoxVA on Twitter. I'm a voice actor and tabletop performer, and tonight I'll be playing your chosen Heaven, who's done nothing wrong. I just want to remind you. And I'm going to pass it over to CJ.
Hi everyone, I'm CJ. I'm not doing this classic dragon thing because I think I do that at the end. I'm playing, my pronouns are they, them, and I'm playing Vic, whose pronouns are like, I don't know, like she, they, and he, I don't know, it doesn't matter. They've also never done anything wrong, kinda, sorta. I'm lying. I'm lying to you. No, they're normal and well adjusted, and I'm standing on that, and I'm gonna pass that to Hamna.
Yeah, I call lies as the devil of lies. That's a lie. Hi, everybody. My name is Humna. I use any and all pronouns. And tonight I will be playing Misfit, who uses he, they pronouns. And he is one of the children of the devil, the harbinger of the apocalypse, and the summoned. And I will pass it over to Chris.
Fantastic! And before we join our messy episode once again, there's some CW content warnings. For all that good stuff there, this AP contains, as you saw before, fantasy violence, apocalypse, gore, blood, familial struggles, drug abuse, severe weather, romance, and references to sexual entanglements, monsters and monstrosities, and trauma. So, those are there. You can type !CW for any of those, as well as !CWcast for all those line and veils that we're just using for ourselves here on the show. But with all that out of the way, are we ready to begin, Mythics? All right, let's get it on. With that, before we start our episode, don't look at me that way. Before we start our episode, we do a little bit of a cold open. As we find ourselves the night before, as our mythics are sleeping in their house and resting from the events of a wedding, we kind of see the camera zoom down onto Flores Road, where all these parties are going on, but specifically we're by the beach, zooming into a bar and a neon lights, various colors, says the spinning sage. Our camera kind of zooms into it, and with that we see a bunch of people just really talking about, it's probably late at night, maybe midnight, people going around. Seems to be an open mic night, as people are just partying and chilling. Right now we see that the band is changing, but we specifically zoom in onto the bartender. We see it's a woman probably in about maybe early 30s. We see sort of strands of sort of blue and pink hair, kind of wearing sort of a motorcycle jacket that sort of rolled up sleeves on it. And you see one of the other people working at the bar kind of goes, "Syria, we need to change." She gives a head nod and proceeds to sort of open up sort of the behind the door and begins to go down into the basement. At the same time, we see a figure sort of walking behind us. Mike Knight is changing. We don't see much of their face or anything really, except for what looks like to be almost like a punk rocker jacket that says Heartbreaker on the back. As they bring in these sort of large speakers that, while the people here enjoying the music can't see, we can, as the camera zooms into multiple glowing runes that are on the sides. As they begin to plug in. We go back downstairs as we see this woman sort of just looking for the right, alcohol to bring up. And then as they're sort of going through, we see upstairs once again. All right, everybody, we got our next act here. Give it up for the Heartbreakers. See a slow clap. And we see the camera just behind as the light sort of shines down as they begin to vroom, 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 vroom. Downstairs, we see the music gets loud. Everything begins to shake. Music starts to play so loud that this woman has to cover her ears and get on the ground in pain as she sees some blood coming off of the sides. All too much that it ends with them passing out before they hear just the loudest scream they've ever heard in their life as they get caved in. Some time passes. They wake up. You see lights coming for them as you see one of the, almost like a firefighter, come out and drag them out. And as they're being dragged out, we see their bodies with their chest burst open, other with their ears bleeding and their eyes sort of red. And we see that the entirety of this bar that once was a place of happiness and joy has turned into despair as the roof has been blown off. And we cut to the next morning. We specifically cut to a bedroom in which Eden and Misfoot are sleeping. It's up to them how they're sleeping, but let's just say that it's just messy all over the place.
You're right. It is messy, but not because they're sleeping, but because they haven't been sleeping, actually. I think when we pan into this room, it's Misfit's room, which Eden claims is also their room. And we see, I think the camera starts on the floor, and you see somebody kneeling on the floor wearing black slacks. And as we raise up, we see Misfoot. No shirt. We can see their goat skull tattoo with their correction from last time, their 3 horns on their goat skull. And we see Misfoot, their eyes, blood red scleras, white slits down the middle, looking up at somebody. Eden.
And haloed in this off morning light is Eden, dressed down, so to speak, politely, rather. This like little frame of light haloing their head, their hair just a little bit messy. And unlike in any other scene we've seen them in so far, their shirt is unbuttoned a little bit to also reveal tattoos. Specifically, these wings that kind of frame up the bottom of their neck, dappled in red eyes that come down their chest, wings tessellating out from the center of their chest. And the feathers on that ink eventually turn into scripts, some kind of angelic script written vertically down the length of their body, like minuscule. The words are minute, tiny, and their body is covered in words. Imagery of angels. And the only thing really that they have going on is on their hands they're now wearing leather gloves, and they are holding the bottom of Misfit's jaw, forcing him to look up at them.
And Misfit looks up at Eden. Correction. To their bare chest. They aren't wearing a shirt, but I think they are still wearing that necklace that their sibling had given them. The necklace that belonged to his mother. And he looks up at Eden, I think a little bit breathless, a little bit panting. And they ask, Eden, can I ask you for a favor?
Do you really think you're in any position to be asking for things, Misfit?
Just this once.
Just this once turns into just this 3 times, just this 20. You're a demon devil of lies.
You deny me all the time, then. You could let me have this. Haven't I been good?
No, you haven't been, which is how you like it.
which is how you like it.
I see we're in the bargaining phase of denial now. Tell me, what exactly is it you want so badly that you want to talk back?
And I think at that, Misfit's face softens a little bit. Some of the playfulness comes off of his face, and his hand goes up to that necklace and sort of strokes it a little bit. Information about my mother. If you want to learn more, I mean, I don't think that there's another way to do this. Would you help me bleed onto this?
Interesting. Eden's face doesn't change on the surface, but there is something kind of interested in the far depths of these kind of hollow, flat gold eyes. And they move their hand down from Misfit's chin to the necklace itself, and they turn it around in their hands. You need to bleed on it.
I think so. Something happened last night when I did, but I was interrupted.
Interrupted. You were a little out of it, weren't you?
It was fun. The edge of life and death. There's an ecstasy to it, I've learned.
Suffering is rather glorious, isn't it?
Isn't that what we're doing here?
Well, come along then. Suffer with me. And Eden, quick as lightning, there's a knife in their hand. They have one. It's a silver dagger, and they draw an X really quick over Misfit's heart.
And
like, so fast.
And Misfit, I think, gasps as it happens, not expecting it, not being able to brace for it. And the blood starts to trickle down from this X over his heart, down onto the necklace. And Chris, does anything happen?
Like the mark of Zoro, you do a quick X as the blood goes down. And almost like mercury in a sense, you see it kind of almost bubble up and make its way into the necklace as it begins to open up in a sense. As it was kind of made of these like square-like cubes. And as it opens up, you see what looks like to be almost like a light blue orb. And with it, this almost metallic-like blue sand begins to trickle out of it as it begins to amass in mass quantities on the floor in front of you both. Almost in a sense of like it's building on top of one another as it begins to... At first you see what looks like to be feet in a sense, or sort of shoes and whatnot, then almost legs, body, and it begins to build up, and up. As what you see before you is a person who is right now wearing some sort of metallic dark green armor, unlike anything you've really seen in any kind of history book, as it has the same runes, Eden, that your journal has along certain parts of it. And as the neck begins to be made and the face finishes, you're both left astounded as you see what looks like to be the mentor's face. But something's different here. Something's not right, as their eyes are more green instead of their brown. And also their hair seems to be cut shorter and is more silver instead of laid back. It kind of builds up, and as it finishes, it plays almost like a recording that you can see. Hello, Miss Foot. We haven't had the pleasure of meeting, but I am your mother. I have had many names in my life, but the one I held dearest to me when you were around was Thule. And it continues on. I know this might be a lot to take in, but what you are seeing here is sort of a recording that I wanted to leave behind for you. Within my culture, it's very important that we preserve the memories of the people and the ones we've lost. But that decision, whether you want to hear my story, is up to you. Do you wish to proceed as it looks towards you? Or just in a general distance, it's not even looking at anybody.
I think Misfit was still on the ground when this was happening, still kneeling in front of Eden. And I think at first he was curious. There was this gleeful smile on his face as everything was working. And then the face of our mentor showed up. And I think that smile on their face sunk until it disappeared, and confusion took place instead, and they look over at Eden. That can't be right.
Eden does not often let the look of surprise enter the Rolodex of what the things their face does, but they look completely taken aback. Like, whatever it was that was supposed to happen just now, it was not this. And there is a white knuckle grip on the hilt of the dagger that they used, and as like the last little bit of your blood like trickles and drips onto the floor, that like white knuckle grip gets even tighter and their hand starts to shake the tiniest bit. And they do not answer your question. They are only looking directly at this object, and they say yes.
Eden.
Eden, you say yes, and it just doesn't respond. It's still waiting for a response, it looks like. And again, it's looking distantly. It's not looking at any specific person. It's almost like in a sense of just like a recording. It's just waiting to be play on it.
This doesn't make any sense. She never told us that she had a twin.
That doesn't exactly look like a twin to me.
Look at the eyes. They're different.
Almost everything else is the same. Say yes, Misfit.
This doesn't... Misfit is like, I think, just ignoring Eden's request. And they are just kind of like turning everything over in their head. The wheels are going, and they're... I think at this point, Misfit stands up and starts pacing like back and forth in front of Eden. No, I mean, they always hated me. They always hated me. I was not supposed to be here. You brought me by accident. I wasn't supposed to be here. I got trapped by accident. Why?
That was not a request. Say yes.
Don't make me do this.
You want to find out more?
And Misfit turns to the sand person. Yes. But it's an unsure yes.
With that, it begins to spread itself out. As you see the vestige of the mentor begin to fall into the ground, it begins to expand, over-encompassing the room. And almost like an observatory of some sort, it begins to build a screen around you, almost like a dome. And you find yourself in front of a blue sun, not feeling its heat, but seeing it as clear as any picture you've ever seen before. And it begins to narrate. My story does not begin here, or of any plane of existence that you may be familiar with. But it started in the stars, as you see a ship of golden color begin to sort of go past the sun, almost like traveling around its gravity. You see me and my sisters and our mother. For us, Earth was just another mission for us. As we were called in my culture a Zorathian war clone, and we were sent from Earth to protect it from our enemies at the time, known as Zols. And you see, it begins to form into another creature, this time of 3 eyes glowing sort of a bright purple and tentacles overcompensate before it goes back into the ship. We protected this planet because our people feared that Earth would be an operating base of sorts for them to invade your galaxy. It took us a while, as we were about 10,000 light years away, but we made it. You see the ship begin to land on Earth, and it begins to get a little bit less sandy, and there's a little bit more of like a blurry picture as you see it lands in a field of sheep, as you see 3 figures kind of coming out of it. At the time when we landed was equal to the time of the Romans, of the Empire, that one. And for the past 100 years after, we decided to protect the planet, specifically for 200 years. And you see almost like a gallery of images of them fighting these various creatures, protecting Earth from creatures, sometimes successful, sometimes not. And in my time, I learned firsthand the beauty of this world. As you see it, your mother, wherever this is, sitting on a battlefield, very tired, as you see one of the soldiers kind of gives them food and water, followed by their child in the back that gives them a flower, as they contemplate and sit. As it was full of people, mortals and magic, unlike anything we had in our world. But this was not to say that it did not show us its cruelty, as it shows the same field on fire, the same man that gave a flower dead on the ground and the child weeping. Protecting this world taught us something we never thought was possible. For the first hand, we learned the beauty of free will, the ability to choose our own fates and to become something more than what we were designed. But Mom didn't like that. As you see, it shows only a vestige of a large brain. Me and my sisters, as it shows the 3 of them, tried telling our mother that we didn't want to continue this fight. And in response, they told us the truth. Shows a planet far off, almost like a desolate world. Our true purpose for Earth was not to protect it, but to prepare it. For its purpose was not to be a vassal of sorts, but it was to be our new world, as our old one was dying. We would have to destroy the groundwork to lay way for our empire. But we didn't want that. And we decided to make our own destiny, as it shows a fight within a field on that very ship, them fighting for their lives, almost fighting against what looks like to be these sort of more robotic components of humanoids. Sister having sister's back, fighting, doing everything in their power to win. And they do. We decided to make our own destiny. And we stopped our mom from ending this world. But it's still a choice that was very hard for us. as this was someone who cared for us, and someone that we deeply loved. To this day, I still contemplate our decision. But after we defeated them, we went our separate ways as sisters, and tried to assimilate ourselves into the world, and learn what it is to be truly human. You see in the voice, this was when I met your father, but that is a story for another day. As you see the sand all as your necklace drops on the floor as the message ends.
The sisters, what did they look like?
You didn't get a very clear face of it, but from what you can see, almost like a sculpture sense, they look similar.
I think Misfit just kind of stands there looking at the necklace at his feet, stunned. And they bend down to pick it up. And they kind of roll it around in their hands. And they turn to Eden and they say, "You tell nobody about this."
I was going to say the same thing to you.
Good. So we're in agreement then. This stays between us.
And they regard you with a new kind of expression, like a new light in their face that very quickly gets sealed up. As they come to some sort of mental calculus about whatever the fuck just happened. And they seal it all off again.
Is it a good light or a bad light?
It's like when somebody finds a puzzle piece they weren't expecting to find underneath the couch.
Okay.
Fantastic. And I think we will cut over to Vic and Heaven, as you two are down in the basement, as you're on food duty for the prisoner that you now have. Specifically, you see JD almost like in a sense of like a groom after, when they kind of decompress. You see he's still in his suit. There's a shotgun hole in the left chest where his nice suit was. He's kind of very Keanu Reeves, just sitting down there with his legs up. Specifically his prison, while it is a tube, it's almost like very Doctor Who adjacent, as there's bigger on the inside. As he does have room to move about, but he's still imprisoned. And specifically, you two are on food duty because he's still got to eat.
How are we giving food inside of this tube?
It's the same way you trap them. There's just almost like very, very Ghost Frustrations. Just put it in, lock key, and goes right in.
Just fun little narrative questions. Who made this food?
Rocco right now, you can't see it, but Rocco upstairs is in a Kiss the Chef apron. He's cooking pancakes while he's doing bachata upstairs. So he's having a great old time upstairs. You can hear the music just like suavemente. So you can just hear that upstairs at the moment. So
I just kind of looked at Heaven and I was like, it was a better idea than I thought to take that to take Rocco in.
Well, I'm glad everyone is. Are we getting along? I'm not entirely sure. Everything is
Like,
a
you
little
and me?
disorienting. I mean, well, you and me, we're fine. I mean,
Okay,
the rest
that's
of
what
them.
I thought. Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, I thought so. I can't even fake being optimistic about the rest of them.
you just hear,
Yeah.
Doon. Hey, I'm kind of hungry right now. Do you
Oh my God,
mind?
shut up! And I like
Come
open
on,
it.
you have such lovely pancakes right there. I'm hungry.
I just open it up and I like slide the pancakes in, like, and
It's just like you see his mouth.
I'm assuming it like do the pancakes get smaller or
No, it's just in the sense of like it's regular pancakes, but it's like you just see this monstrous jar.
I just pour like syrup into the thing and like just come on. Okay, all right, and then I close it. Shut
Oh,
up.
thank God, it's so good. Compliments to the chef.
I'll let Rocco know.
I'm gone. Heaven like had his back turned the entire time. As soon as that happened,
I put Rocco back on the shelf and or not Rocco. I put fucking JD back on the shelf and we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you at dinner.
Hey, I gotta give it to you. You're doing a real great job containing that monster inside you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm just like counting a lot of numbers. Okay. Shut up.
Don't
up.
even entertain him. Let's
Nah,
go.
I mean, you're doing a great job. I mean, I know one of the other guys,
Stop talking, please.
All right. Whatever. Fine. It's just like, I just
Exactly.
hope you're
It's
all...
whatever.
It's like, JD, are you purposefully being annoying or is this just how you are?
Well, I was trying to be nice, I heard in prison that if you do good things, they let you out early. He kind of smiles at you.
Are you okay, so you're just like this. Thanks. Thank you for the compliment. Yeah, something I've been dealing with my whole life, so appreciate it. Thank you for noticing that.
You got a backup plan
for
when they have to kill you?
No.
You guys should really, he kind of looks at you. You really should get a backup plan. The guy I know, ooh, he gets very ballistic.
What are you talking about?
He's
what?
Well, because you're a siphon. So.
I think like Vic kind of points at himself, like,
yes, you stupid, you're a siphon.
what the fuck's a siphon?
It's something. There's another guy, part of our membership that we have going on here. His name is Victor or Emor, depending on who you're dealing with. Very nice guy. Has a very sensatiable hunger. Very wolf-like and on fire. He is known as a siphon. He talked a lot about it because he was always whining about, I need to find a cure. But, apparently it's some super ancient something, and it can only be 6 at a given time, and they're the equivalent of, like, walking magical nuclear reactors, and then if you take too much in, you blow up, in a sense, kind of like I don't know if it's metaphorically or literally. It could be both. That's just me, I didn't. Again, very whining. I kill people.
Yeah,
my
we
family.
really appreciate the exposition. I know you're trying to do something, and your sentence is being reduced at all.
Come on,
wanna
10
let you know,
years.
if
10 years.
anything, if I had to, maybe
10
I'll
years.
make your death 10 seconds instead of 10
wait,
minutes.
hold up, wait a
How's
minute.
that sound?
Kind of backs up. Wait, whoa! I ain't nobody saying nothing about death. All right, I don't do death. Death don't do me. I don't do death. Okay, we got a very complex relationship. Okay, I can't see it.
Nobody really does death, but then it happens.
You hear Kelgar behind
That's
you.
the
Damn
beautiful
straight.
part.
Damn
That
straight.
happens.
I'm going to swallow this for later. JD, question.
Yeah.
You just you're not very scary, and I'm going to choose to believe what you just said is appropriate. If you're in this team with a siphon, what makes you so worthy?
Well, first of all, that's hurtful because I'm actually very powerful. I didn't get a chance because it was my wedding night and I got jumped. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Okay, yeah,
but
yeah.
You didn't see me freak out. I got a whole goat thing or whatever. Like, you would have got hit with my mace. But beyond that, it's more of
Oh, right, goats are scary.
It's a coalition of the willing. We all spent time in the same prison. We all were in prison because of your mentor. So this is really more of a revenge plot. We all have our, our goals in killing you all and destroying the city. So, everybody, some. Again, Victor, not so much. In Morgan, yes. Victor, no. But, everybody's got their own reason why they want to kill your mentor. Maybe all of you. I mean, you're part of the package deal. So this city definitely want to kill it. So pretty much, yeah, we're just trying to start the apocalypse. We're trying to jumpstart that. So
Interesting. Okay. Okay. I put him on a shelf.
come on.
Thanks. Let's go, Heaven.
Listen, we should have left maybe a couple minutes ago, but we had to entertain him, I guess.
And,
After you.
And as we walk out, you see Vic gets this very serious look on her face. And just kind of says, like, I think it was more than a little bit of entertainment. Let's heed their words carefully. He keeps walking.
As you're kind of walking away, you hear him just like very muffled. Don't forget to have a backup plan.
Not the worst person you know having a point. Yeah.
And anything you want to do before we move on to the next scene?
I guess I go upstairs and fucking eat pancakes with my baby girl.
Yep. You see, it's very, again, you have like guards that are just like, they patrol slightly, so you kind of see them past the window. They're kind of like, what the hell is that? Just Rocco in his full demon form, so it's kind of like red skin, horns. When you first saw him, he was kind of concealed, but since he's at home now, apparently, he's just chilling and stuff, so they're just like, huh. And they just like on a radio, a little couple. We sure this guy's not trying to kill us?
That is so much more heartwarming than I feel like it's supposed to be.
just like you can hear it too because you have the radio. You just like just double check, Delta. This is not an enemy, right? We're not a prisoner. Okay, all right, and just kind of just every so often people call in and like, are we sure? But I think with that we proceed. A little time goes over, and you guys all just from various corners of the house. You see Vasco kind of, you guys at the table goes, hey, team meeting in about 10 minutes downstairs. See you guys there. Kind of runs off. Is Misfoot and Eden still in the room when he gets there, or did you guys go to your separate places?
I think Eden's downstairs at breakfast at this point. I think they're sitting next to Heaven and they go, do you know who that is?
I'm still trying to learn, everyone. Do you know?
No, they just were in the house bossing us around when we got here.
I see. Maybe we can discuss that later.
With that, you see Vasco kind of coming around. Hey, Eden, right? I'm still learning names. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I gotta talk to you about something. Do you mind if we do a quick huddle? Just a little off.
I can't eat my pancakes. I'm
Eat your
brimming
pancakes.
with glee.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'd hate to leave them behind.
Eat your pancakes. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. You see, he's a little nervous, like, oh my god, shoot. Well, eat your pancakes. If you would meet me in the office before we do our little team huddle, it would be great. It really would. So yeah, take your time. Take your time.
Is Eden in trouble?
No. I just want to work out some strategy, a little HR, because you
can't do that.
fired.
You can't do that in front of everybody?
Are you an HR representative?
No, I'm partly. I do have a degree in human resources, but it's one of my things.
I thought that was Jan. Yeah, no, what?
It's just a real quick powwow. It's just again, just talk about like, hey, you shot in an open area and people all saw you shooting a demon. That's not really, a secret and all that, but also just the thing about their magic. Just like, hey, we just want to do a quick doc checkup. Just make sure everything's okay in the body.
You're muted.
You will absolutely not be doing a doc checkup on me.
No,
and my
not like
magic.
oh god, no, not like
Cavity
that.
check.
Nothing
I could do that
invasive.
if you'd like.
Shut up,
Just
Misfit.
again, just a real quick powwow. Really, just
All right. If you just keep blabbering there, we might as well just do it.
fantastic. I'll be in my office. If you want to follow me, great. If you want to finish and then follow me, great as well. Have a great breakfast, everybody. And he kind of just walks off.
I eat Eden's pancakes.
Eden shoves the plate at you before they leave.
Fantastic. So we're following him to the office. Fantastic. He kind of walks you in and goes, you first.
Eden walks in first.
You're a little suspicious. Nothing happens. You don't get jumped, so you're fine. But as that, you kind of door closes. You see, it's a very kind of office. You see, it used to be the mentor's office. It looks like he's kind of taken over a little bit. He's changed some things. You see that there's still records on the because your mentor used to keep vinyls a lot. They seem to have managed to save some. Still has some on the side there. He kind of goes, Eden, hi, how you doing? That's the first important thing I gotta ask.
Eden is pretty much ignoring them and looking around the office. What are you supposed to be? Replacement Naomi?
I wouldn't really say that. I'm just here to help you guys. I'm
Right,
a resource.
replacement Naomi. What do you want?
Well, if we're just gonna cut the small talk, you see him kind of go under his drawer. You see he pulls out two things. One, you see he puts a tome belonging to one sibling or child of Ilbis. And on the side, he pulls out silver vials of your medicine. I did some cleaning just because I'm a very organized kind of person. And again, with the individuals in this house, I felt cleaning was necessary after a certain number of days. But I found these in your room. And I checked with the agency to see if you guys filed anything in. Not filed at all. So do you care to explain what all this is?
You went through my shit.
I cleaned, so you shouldn't leave your shit out.
In Misfit's room?
You see,
That's
kind
a
of
bad
catching.
idea front to end, pal.
You see, just for a quick second, that his demeanor changes a little bit as you notice him as the just bumbling guy around the office. Like, oh, haha. You see, this is a little bit more of a serious nature. Eden, I'm not dumb, and I know what this is, which means that I know you have a problem that could endanger not only everyone here, but also, if for whatever reason, that if you have a heart, the people that you love as well, including, and not limited to, your sister.
There's like a half second where Eden looks like they're gonna jump across the desk and like rip this guy's spine out for like half a second. Don't you ever fucking dare insinuate that I would ever put my sister in danger. If you do, I will show you exactly how dangerous I can be with or without my medicine. That, and they point at the vials, is the only thing keeping me tethered to not destroying every fucking building that I walk into. So unless you want another Vic walking around, because you don't seem to care that much about the actual destructive force in this household, do you? I would give me my things back.
You see, he gets close to you, not flinching, unfearful. You don't know what destruction is. just to let you know. But I'm not here to fight you. I am here to help you. You see, he kind of puts your vials away and puts out these little, slightly larger ones, maybe a Coke can size, not even Coke can, more like maybe if 3 pills were stacked together, just kind of like this big. As you see, it's more purple than the yellowish that you're used to. And he puts about 7. This is a much more effective transmission rate. This will last you about a day, and you won't need to take multiple at once. You take multiple of them at once, and you endanger yourself from literally imploding. So, you need to manage your doses correctly. And again, I am here to help, as he sort of gives you one of them with his hand still on it.
Eden hesitates for a moment before snatching it. I don't need your help. I'd like my book back too.
Can you give me a manipulate somebody real quick? Because it's like,
Ooh.
hey, give me the new codes, please. I feel quick manipulate somebody. Let's see what this
I was like, are we even playing a game? Who am I? What's going on? A 7.
7. So if I'm not mistaken, a 7. They'll do it, but with I will give this to you. But if we're gonna help each other, and you see he goes back into his bumbling form a little bit. For the sake of transparency, just to answer a question for me, really, is you see he's trying to say it out loud, but he's just holding it back.
Spit it out. Go
Is
on.
heaven single, my chance? I'm just wondering. I mean, what is your sister like?
No,
That wasn't an answer.
it was an answer.
Just
You asked if she was single, and I said no.
Well, question for question, and he kind of gives you the book.
Thanks. And Eden turns on their heel and stalks out of the room. Horrible morning they're having. They're having a really bad morning.
It's a lovely
and it's like a
morning.
gray cloud coming back into the kitchen where we're at. Whatever conversation they just had was not a good one.
Oh my god, fantastic. As we're all having a lovely morning. With that, we all, does anybody want to do anything real quick before we all meet with each other down in the basement? I'll give you this opportunity real quick in case you want to do or say anything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Vic is explaining the misfit. Yeah, so you take this 20-sided dice, and you roll it. And I think you'd really like it. You have like a group of people that you like hang out with, right?
You see Rocco go, yeah, we've been playing that thing a lot, but it's been causing a lot of problems because, and he kind of points to the news. Satanic panic.
Yeah, why would I want to roll the dice when I could just lie about what I got?
I mean, yeah, that kind of gets the same result. So I think like you'd still be playing the game.
So you just get together and you just like tell each other lies? Weird.
Yeah.
We do that
Yeah. Yeah, I think you'd like it.
I actually really would. I'm surprised I haven't heard of it before.
Yeah, you should get like your followers involved in this.
Yes. Oh, the next cult activity. The next time they need something to do when they bother me.
Whatever happened to your cult? You got a cult? No, I don't have a cult. And you see Rocco kind of just sad little. It's like puppy ears.
Of course. You want to join?
I don't know. It's your cult. I don't know.
Don't agree.
It's fun because it's my cult.
I'm a demon. I know what fun means. So I'll pass.
He'll come around.
Yeah, sure. I will say that you see Eden coming suit, and with that you see Vasco. Okay, guys, I think we're ready to. And with that, immediately you see crashing through the window. Something is thrown into the kitchen, and you see Rocco. And he kind of jumps out the way. Misfoot, you see your car thrown into the window and just completely destroyed on the floor.
Oh fuck no! Who the fuck? And Misfit, I think, goes over to the window and like hops out of it to look to see who's outside. Who the fuck did this?
You see your sibling Alvar, both hands up, middle fingers, still in their bridal dress that's really torn and messed up, going, "Fuck you!" and disappears into the ground.
Fucking change your clothes at least. Misfit like yells to the ground where she had like disappeared into. And then he turns around, looks at the window. Oh my god, he's gonna kill me.
You see the car is destroyed. This thing has been, it looks like it got smushed. It's not driving anywhere anytime soon.
And I think Misfit kind of like leans in through the window, puts their hands onto the broken glass and just kind of like digs deep into it and like looks in at everybody else. How do y'all feel about walking today?
Just let you know, you hear in the back, just on your radios, "We're gonna turn 419, we're gonna..." just like everybody rushing out. "Where is it? Where is it? I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is." And it's very late and just almost like it's like a convoy of mess. You hear Vasco just, it's over. It's over. Do better. Just, you see everybody go,
Eden?
"Okay, good hustle, everybody, good hustle." And they sort of do a pep talk with each other.
Eden takes 2 of their new pills.
Okay, real quick, he forgot to mention, you're supposed to take 1. That's
I
the
know.
recommended. You still gonna take 2? All right, fantastic. All right, you take 2. Question: do you do it in front of his face, or do you do it when he's not
Yeah.
looking? You see that he goes, "Do better." Looks at you, "For fuck's sake," and just walks. Basement, everybody, basement, right now, please.
While we're going to the basement, I think Misfit kind of nudges Vic. Hey, you know something that we could throw into like a portal to hell? Something that'll really fuck with our...
Yeah, actually, with the association busted, I think we could find something.
Okay, because I'm gonna need to get payback for that, and I want to make it hurt.
Got it. Isn't someone on this team like Oh, Eden. I was like, isn't someone on this team like blessed or something ridiculous?
I mean, we could throw Eden through the portal, I guess, but I don't really know if they'd come back.
No,
So
we'll find something. We'll find something. And I think Vic just grabs the, I don't know how much cars weigh, but at least like a bunch of pounds, picks it up like a basketball and just tosses it back out the window.
Fantastic. Everybody's still out there going, "Okay, next time we gotta be, watch out!" Everybody ducks out the way. Come on! Come on! Fucking, I don't get paid enough for this shit. All right, everybody disperse, and just everybody just in full like SWAT gear, just walking away like a baseball game. Begins to walk off in their separate directions. With that, we go down into the basement. Vasco's kind of has chairs laid out all for you, and kind of goes, "All right, everybody, please take a seat."
Misfit sits on the armrest of Eden's chair.
I
Fantastic.
stand.
Okay, yes, Defiance. Anybody else choosing Defiance?
Eden's sitting on the chair.
Okay. So with that,
Heaven
we got
sitting
one.
next to Eden.
Fantastic. And he kind of goes, he looks at you, Vic, whatever. First off, congratulations on your first catch. Kind of points over to the wall. You see JD kind of go, "I hate you all." Fantastic. Couple notes if we're taking criticisms.
We're not.
Try to be a little bit more secretive. Due to the fact that we had reports, we had to cut this, and you see that he puts in, he's got a VCR tape on him, puts it in, it starts play. You see, hello, this is Channel 13 News. You can see here, there's a and then you just see just footage of you guys, boom, with that fire raining from the sky. You see that people are running about. You see a cameraman running in and just watching Vic almost rip the throat out of his foot. And you see the cameraman, go, go, go. And then you see just shortly after, almost like the equivalent of the curators coming in and going, we need our camera. And
That's not us.
Oh, it's not you.
That's not us.
Sorry. Real quick, and he kind of presses rewind. There. That's not you. That's not you.
No.
And Vic looking with murderous intent, which I don't blame, trying to kill you. That's not you.
Cosplays are getting really good these days. That's not me.
What's a cosplay?
Like a costume.
Yeah.
Like when you dress up as somebody else.
Yeah, no. They actually do it for the game I was telling you about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, they do it. They love that shit.
So,
yeah, that's not us.
Clear this up for me, all right? First of all, Heaven, where were you? I'm just wondering. You were in here when we kind of needed you.
I'm sorry. I thought that my team was capable. I guess I was wrong. I am so sorry for leaving you with 3 individual nightmares.
Oh, Heaven, that's the nicest thing you've ever said about me.
I know. Ugh.
They clearly had other things to do. All right, we got the job done.
We're a
What's
team,
next?
all right? Just remember, what you do out there not only reflects on yourselves, but also me. So when I have to go explain to Director Hobbs that, hey, they almost murdered each other and botched the wedding, just let you know, we're still dealing with the demon relations on that one, because apparently there's a very angry father who didn't know his son was out, now is out, and we have to deal with that. So you ever try talking with Asmodeus? He's a nice guy when he wants to be, but not when you have a son. So, and you see he's kind of... Anyway, we have the next AD that we think we have on our radar. And with that, he kind of throws photos in front of you all. So last night, while you were stopping a wedding, apparently another AD made another attack. This here taps on a photo of a sort of destroyed dive bar with the roof caved in. This is the spinning sage. Now, to the normal eye, the spinning sage looks like just a normal bar. But underneath, and he puts out another photo of what looks like to be almost like a prehistoric kind of drawing, is the court of Yamara, which is the resident court of the Fays. So last night, someone attacked the court of the Fays, specifically trying to knock down the front door, but they didn't succeed. We need to catch this person, and we think we have a good idea of who it is. And you see, he kind of pulls out a book, dusts it off, puts it down. The person you are going after today is known by many names, but for the recent name that we can at least date back to, is Kalina, also known as the Queen of the Banshees. Specifically, they were caught in 1763 after the Paris Opera House fire by your mentor. That was when they were caught at the moment. All we know... Yeah?
I'm sorry, did you say 1763?
Yes, 1763.
And you just said our mentor caught them.
Yes.
I look at everyone else.
How old do you think our mentor is?
Well, I mean, if I had to put a number to it, and you see he kind of looks up, and just like various books and index cards, we did some digging in terms of the potential suspects, and the earliest context that we may have of someone being captured by your mentor is, I believe, pretty close with this one. This was the first case of them actually catching a monster, which was about 1763, which means that they probably were around a little bit longer as well, because that was when they first captured somebody, so they probably were walking about doing something else. So pretty old. They founded the agency, which was back in 1912, so...
Not a day over 30. Looks wise, clearly.
Okay.
Well, not
Alright.
anymore, but that's beyond the point.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Thank you. I really needed the reminder.
It like takes the papers and it's like, are we done here?
Well, yeah. We don't know what's going on. You guys can go investigate the crime scene. It still should be there. Well, you're gonna need these, and they toss you fake ID badges for the FBI because this is broad daylight, and you can't. This is not a college campus, so you can't just show up. Yeah. You had transportation, but that kind of. Well, and you just hear as that horn is kind of dies down. So I don't know. You see Rocco kind of come in. I got a set of wheels if any of you guys need it.
That would be great. That would actually be wonderful. Thank you, Rocco. And like Vic just leaves the room.
Team, good hustle. Good hustle. Everybody good? Any questions?
Not so much a question, but more of a suggestion. Maybe try some chamomile to calm down. That's what I usually do. Some really.
I'm
nice
trying,
tea.
but a car was just thrown at me. My life was literally almost just ended because I'm normal. I'm completely flesh and bone, no magic, no nothing, just a smart guy, and I almost got crushed by a car by a jealous sibling.
Don't you have a lightning wolf?
Yes, and you see the wolf.
Nobody who works for the agency is normal.
I'm as normal as it can be. I'm just really know these things. Maybe the wolf, maybe that's what it is. So I'm pretty much just a normal case.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
Okay. We're coming. Fine. Literally,
Fantastic.
chamomile. And heaven's gone.
And I think as we're walking up, Misfoot kind of like takes Eden's wrist and like pulls them just a step, maybe 2 steps behind everybody else, and leans in and whispers, "Did you know that about our mentor?"
Of course I did, Misfit. I pay attention.
Never told me.
You never asked.
You never answer my questions even when I do ask.
Is that a problem?
It's starting to be.
Eden does not say any more, but they give you a sidelong look. And I think as they're staring at you, these little veins of gold start kind of creeping out from the bottom of their eyes, like underneath these dark, dark layers of dark circles. And they kind of blink like there's something buzzing around their head, and they start drifting their way up the stairs.
Misfoot takes a note of that, but doesn't point it out, and follows.
And as you all go up the steps, you see Vasco with his lovely little pet wolf kind of scratching his neck. I don't know, buddy. I don't know. And proceeds to walk off. And we cut to the front of the house as the 4 of you are waiting at the gate at the moment. You're waiting for the car. Rocco said he would kind of bring it around, but he's not around just yet. Anything we want to say to each other as we're just waiting outside the gate? Fantastic. With that, you hear just almost like loudish, muffled music. You see what looks like to be a van of some sorts. Specifically, it seems to have a painted minotaur on the side, just a very stylish, almost like Sistine Chapel as kind of just touching the sun. As you see just a window, just.
This is my boyfriend now.
All right,
decided.
this is, and he kind of gets around the back, the Wonder Van, also known as Sally. This is my baby. He kind of hits it on it. She will go 0 to 60 in maybe a minute. I don't know, but she has got me through the worst, and I think she will do great wonders for you. I'll give you a little tour. He kind of takes you to the back, opens it. It looks like a mobile house, like he's been sleeping here. Forget the mess. You see he kind of throws a Cheeto bag off the side. So yeah, this is all yours. Please don't damage it like that mess over there. As you see a couple guys like, all right, heave, as they're just trying to pull the car out of the. Again, this is like a mansion, so they're like, all right, heave, everybody, heave, as they're trying to pull it out. So please don't do that to my car. But beyond that, who wants the keys? Wait, who has a license?
I'm not getting in that piece of shit.
Then you can fucking walk.
Come on, there has to be a better. Can't we buy
It's
another
either,
car?
it's either this or a white mythic van, and those aren't that better.
You could see one of they're like very like they're like plumber, like the whole aesthetic that they choose is like
Yep.
plumber, so it's just like, hey, it's got like a little what looks like an animated pipe with a thumbs
Mhm.
up.
I'm gonna
So you
fucking
can-
kill our.
I mean, we could trick out the plumber van.
I need you to understand that there is no way to trick out a minivan.
So he points to the painting of the Minotaur on. That's a lie. So
Yeah, that's
just
fucking
to let you
tacky,
know.
my guy. And Misfit takes the keys.
Do you
can't
have a
drive.
license?
I take the keys from fucking Misfit. Like, you're not fucking driving. Get in.
Fantastic. As you guys, it's like it's the loudest. There's no muffler. It works, but that's it. It just works. And he goes,
Come on, Misfit, where's your sense of adventure?
This is not adventure, but fine. And Misfit will get in the van, I think like crawling over everybody, and will sit. Very, very just grumpy inside of the van. They're not happy to be here.
You see, also he kind of, hey, before you leave, I got a couple ambient tracks. If you're looking, he sees that's my
Shut the fuck
my
up, Vasco. Let's go.
cassette number 9. He kind of walks off. And you guys drive to the spinning sage. As you are kind of, it's about maybe late morning, it's almost about early afternoon, driving through the city, and it's much more vibrant. Again, this is Florida, and especially around the time of March, so it's about spring break. There are kids, teens and, whatnot, coming down from college and whatnot. People are out here partying. It's, people are visiting the sites, some of which you guys know are not really sites, but more of like magical places. You drive by the fort, which is a magical armory that the curators keep. You kind of drive past the various drive past the library that belongs to the Mariposa Society, which are like wizards. So driving through, you make your way down towards the beach, as this is specifically where the spinning sage was, or the gateway to the Fae court that is here, that you don't know too much on because you never really talked with them. But as you sort of drive through, you guys kind of pull up. You're by the beach. People are there in droves. You see it's kind of cut off from the crime scene. You see the cops are just kind of picking it up, forensics and whatnot. It was kind of late night. Body bags are being put out. If anybody wants to start, you can already start investigate a mystery if you want to get some clues just from just looking at people, if you do wish so. So that is your plus sharp for my folks out there.
I got a 9.
Fantastic. So you got one.
C got better?
I got a 14. I rolled a 6 and a
Ooh.
6 plus 2, 14.
Okay, so 1 for Misfit, 2 for Eden. What about everybody else who wants to investigate or just look around?
What? Whoa.
I mean, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. You got 3 in total right now, but it's up to them to decide. And it's only good for this scene here, so just to let you know, is anybody else doing one, or is that it?
I don't know what I got, but I rolled.
You got a
What'd you
9.
Damn, I wanted to fail.
Damn!
You could just.
Can I fail?
Fine, you fail.
Yes.
You fail. You get too distracted, so you're still thinking about the van. You're just thinking about, we could trick it out, we can maybe put some wheels on it, get some speakers in the back, maybe a little lighting.
Nick is like writing a report for money to get this to get to the van fucking fix for Rago.
You're writing a formal letter request. We are requesting funds for a vehicle, rockets, just a whole list of demands. But with that, real quick for my guys that got their holds, with that you can ask what happened here, what sort of creature is it, what can it do, what can hurt it, where did it go, and what was it going to do, and what is being concealed here. So those are the things that you can ask here. So I will leave it up to you. Just to be specifically, you see the crime scene of the actual place which you can walk in. There also seems to be two other people that seem to be kind of cleaning up that look like they worked at the bar, and then you just have citizens and the cops that are just there. So
Do we want to sandwich our questions? Because you got 2, I got 1.
That's smart. In that case, I think the first... It's obviously not here anymore, so I think the thing that Eden would be looking for are any obvious signs of where did it go.
fantastic. Kind of going about, you're trying to figure out where did this thing go. And you're not really getting anything from the bodies real quick. You see an officer kind of come up, you kind of flash your badge, they go, all right, kind of leave you alone. And kind of investigating, specifically you, Eden, are looking for any kind of magical things going on here. And it leads you into the bar. You can see there's sort of dry blood in certain places. But what specifically is drawing you are the speakers. You see that there are some that are broken, but you see almost like a cracked egg or something that's holding something. And the inside of these speakers, on top of all this mechanical stuff inside, you can see etched into it is runes of a Gaelic nature, specifically Celtic. And kind of looking at that, turning it on the side, you can see that these speakers belong to a place called Frank's Music Store.
I have our next stop after this. Eden pockets a length of some of the wire.
Fantastic.
I think as Eden is looking around the crime scene or the whatever, Misfit is also kind of looking around, and in particular, they're looking for any signs that they might recognize of that might tell us what kind of creature this was, so that we can get more information in terms of being ready for it.
Kind of looking about, you specifically look at the bodies, because that's the really only thing that you can see here. And kind of looking about, you can see some of these people, the way they died wasn't from anything kind of physically punching them, but it looks like some of them internal bleeding, in a sense of, you see their chest is red, so something burst on the inside, specifically around the heart region. And also you see that around their ears they're bleeding. So whatever did this was loud, in terms of a very kind of loud scream. So I mean, if you're kind of connecting, it's like, well, she's called the queen of the banshees. And just, you know that this thing's got a scream. You also can see from what little you see of the speakers, this creature seems to be similar or around the same household as a Fey creature. So weaknesses that are all around the Fey may work against it.
Just for me as a player, because I don't know, what weaknesses against the Fae would we happen to know already?
You know, just 2 off the backhand. Cold Iron works pretty well against Fey and Ghost, as well as Ashwood that the agency has on hand. So those are the 2 things that work for Fey creatures in terms of weaknesses.
Would it be safe to say that we have either of those materials with us?
You can get them, because they're very basic. Again, it's
Cool.
You can hurt and they have it on hand. So that's very basic what you have.
Misfit turns to the rest of the group, specifically to Vic and Heaven, I think, and kind of calls out, you might want to grab the cold iron and the ashwood.
Oh, perfect.
And you have one more question left if you want to ask.
I'll leave it up to the rest of the group. What else do we want to ask? I was thinking, what is being concealed here is one of my favorite questions, but if anyone has any other ideas.
Yeah, I like that one, especially because this is supposedly the portal to the Court of Fae, so I feel like there's probably a lot.
Specifically, what is being hidden here is you see that you feel something coming from the basement. There's a sort of energy in which you can only assume is the greatest source of power. But before you're able to go towards that, you see the two people that are cleaning out kind of go, "Can I help you?"
Heaven,
Yes, hello, hi. Can I help you, actually?
"Yeah, I work here. Who are you?"
We are the FBI. And just blinks a couple times.
The FBI with a demon, somebody magical, and that sword. And he goes, "That sword?" And you're being killed. "What do you mean that sword? I don't know you like that."
Oh, good. We can drop the pretenses then. Uh, you don't have to be rude. We're here to investigate.
You see
I
that
don't
this
know if
is
you've.
the physical, just real quick. Same person
Mhm.
described in the opening, sort of blue, purple hair, early 30s, sort of tannish skin, with that sort of in their sort of biker kind of jacket at the moment. You see that off to the side, there seems to be a bunch of other bikers as well that have the similar sort of setup as well, that you can see are also Fae. And they kind of just like, "Are you guys curators?"
Lucky guess.
Hmm. Well, the court, as we've already discussed, doesn't recognize your jurisdiction in our land, so if you would just get out of here.
Well, unfortunately, our jurisdiction is the city, so you can either take a couple steps back or I can remind you why we're here.
Manipulate somebody.
Politely, of course.
Please roll manipulate somebody.
Good golly jeepers. That wasn't very girl boss of me. Actually, it was. Um, is it charm or cool? Sorry.
It is charm.
Oh, good. Big money, no whammies. Oh, one die just fell. Oh, that is a 9.
A 9. So fantastic. They kind of go, "I'll tell you, but you gotta leave after. I'll tell you everything I know and everything I saw, but you gotta go before they come back."
Fine. Whatever you want.
What do you want to know?
Well, for starters, actually, I'll ask our investigation crew. Eden, Misfoot, questions, what do you have?
Well, Misfit, by the way, and Misfit like holds out a hand for this person.
Shake reluctantly.
No, we don't shake, darling. And he takes their hand and kisses it. Sorry, what was your name again?
Syria.
Syria. It's lovely to meet you. Now, we heard that there is a banshee running around, hurting, well, clearly causing all sorts of trouble for you. We wanted to know why exactly they were here.
You hear
Why
that as you
bother the
mentioned.
court of the Fae?
You see, as you mentioned, Banshee, you see a person in the bag that's just cleaning up. It goes, "It's those fucking vampires." And you go, "It's not the vampires. Sorry, that's just a feud. We don't know. It was open mic night. I was just running the bar like usual. Went downstairs. Um, I mean, if I was going to say anything was out of the ordinary, speakers, we had to change setup last minute. Um, it was kind of a just request. Kind of did it just
from
because we
what
had so many
band?
people. What was it? And you see Heartbreakers. Yeah, new band, Heartbreakers. I don't know. They just kind of requested that. We accommodated. They sounded pretty good at the mall, so
At the mall. Did they play there often?
yeah, they just started. They kind of just got in town, so they're just starting to make a name for themselves, I guess. A lot of people come here, and us being Fae, we kind of feed off the happiness. So whatever makes the humans happy, so we do.
How benevolent.
I prefer a different emotion myself.
Clearly. And they sort of touch your horn.
Oh. You have to buy me dinner first. Before you do that. Okay. Well, do we know anything about where the Heartbreakers came from?
My best guess is the mall. I mean, that's where we found them in the first place.
I don't think that they live in the mall,
You'd
Syria.
be surprised what you find at the mall.
Okay. Then I guess. Well, Eden, you said we had a second location, but the mall might be a good place to stop.
We might be able to kill two birds with one stone, depending. Frank's music store? Does that ring any bells?
I think it was kind of the last minute. You see the sword in the man. Isn't that who I think it is? Isn't that your ex? Isn't that your ex?
Yeah, I know it is.
Heaven, why are you whispering?
Because I'm talking to my sword like I always do.
I have to pee. He says out loud. I have to
Do
use-
swords pee?
Oh, you better believe it.
Yeah, I don't know that I needed to know that, actually. Let's...
You
Head out.
asked. With that, you see the sword kind of go, Heaven, we gotta talk. We gotta talk. I'm scared. We need to talk.
Wait, why are you
Lie.
scared?
Lie. Real quick, just
Why am I
lie.
scared? I'm not scared.
You should be scared. Nobody knows that you have an ex.
Actually, I am gonna go, like, Cal really has to pee.
I have to
don't know what that
drain
means for a
the
sword either, but
snake.
Let's be right back. Yeah, stop talking. And dude is going a direction away
Okay.
from, like,
So Heaven
Faye
just
and
real quick.
the rest of the party.
Heaven real quick goes up to the side. Okay, anything else you want to know? Because I really gotta get back to cleaning up. So
No, I think Misfit just kind of turns to Eden and just goes, you do know your sister's lying, right?
Yeah, I don't need to be a devil of lies to know that.
okay, it looks like you got family issues, so I'm about to bounce. So good luck. Enjoy the rest of your day, I guess. And just kind of goes off. Fantastic. We cut real quick before we go to our break to Heaven, as you find just a corner to find yourself in. You see your sword kind of gets off your back and begins to float in front of you. Okay, so we need to talk about a couple things, all right? There's your issues, and there's my issues. So which one is more important?
I don't have any issues. I want to clarify. Me and Frank, we're fine. It was a clean, amicable break. Like I don't understand why I should
That's a
be
lie,
worried,
and I
but
know it.
let's talk about your issues.
Okay, I
I'm
didn't want
not
to.
lying.
You are, but I didn't want to say anything in front of everybody, or you blotted out. So the person we're hunting, all right, is my ex as well. Just it's.
How
As you
does
can
that work? Like,
well, you're not the first
how does it?
person, not my first champion, as you know, because your brother was one of them, and then, you got switched, so you already know how that goes. But it's in a sense of, it was kind of in my early days when I got a cart forged. At first, I was looking for, I came down from the heavens, my usual thing of, hello, I am here to be your benevolent force. And then, over time, it became more and more homicidal. And I wasn't really with that, so I kind of dipped. Yeah, it wasn't I didn't really break it off. I kind of just left, you know. Call me what you will,
How
but
do
I
you
was not
leave? Well, I guess the same way that you
back
just.
and it kind of just. So I kind of just floated away.
Yeah, I'm watching. You're making me. You're making me dizzy.
So
Great.
they're gonna be
great,
pissed.
great.
They're gonna be pissed.
Rightfully so. Mm-hmm.
I don't know about rightfully, but they're gonna be pissed. They're gonna be pissed.
Okay. All right. And
Frank, do you
Heaven's
know
just gonna
about Frank?
I don't know. Oh, this cannot be a better day. First, a car just crashes through the house. We have another mission. Someone's going to be angry with me, which I don't know how to deal with. Personally, who can ever be upset with me? I'm fantastic. I'm amazing. I'm chosen.
Yeah.
Uh, anyway, and like they just pluck Kel out of the air, just half grabbed, stab back. Okay, you really help with my posture, so let's just go and we'll just play this by ear, pun intended.
I'm so glad I can be your back bracer. Because that's what I was
Well, at
invented
least you're useful
for.
during the day. You were, and you were made for me. Some griminess to that as they march off.
As you guys all go off in your van and head off to the mall. And I believe that is a great time to take a quick break. So we'll be back in a couple minutes here, guys. So stay around, get some water, use el baño, and we'll be right back. Bye. Hello, everyone. Welcome back, everybody, from the break. With that, let's get back into it. With that, we immediately cut over to the mall. It's probably about early-ish afternoon, maybe getting like mid-afternoon. As we kind of park in the mall, you have to fight for space because there's a lot of people that is just. It's almost like it's not it's a Saturday, but it's spring break and people are about. So you have to fight with parking space. At one point, an old lady cuts you off. But for the most part, you're able to find the space right quick and just park it in. And with that, what do you all proceed to do? What do you guys want to do?
Hey, Eden,
Mm.
can I
What?
talk to you for a moment? You guys can. Everyone else, we'll catch up. I want to talk to Eden.
Don't leave me
I
alone with
really
Heaven.
didn't.
No, it's fine. It'll be 5 minutes.
Don't
max.
leave me alone with him.
What the hell is wrong with them? What's wrong with us? Like, we're the problem?
I really can't handle a second intervention today.
No. Oh God, you think I can? No, I don't give a shit.
I
about
got an
what you do with your
intervention
life.
today. And you see how loud he's. You got an intervention today?
Truly
No,
none of
Cal-
your business.
I don't care about you that much now. I need to tell you something.
Fuck you all.
Oh, mixed signals, Vic. And Eden follows you away.
Yeah. I'm only telling you this because I know what kind of a freak you are.
What does that mean?
Around, I'm gonna say words. So Vin, if any of them, if you're like, I don't want that, you can like tell me later. But about like a few years after you left, Heaven started dating someone. This fucking this honestly, I don't have a lot of descriptors about them, but I'm just going to tell you now so you don't, I don't know, get sprung on this because I know who you are as an individual. Heaven's ex is probably going to be in here.
The air very suddenly smells like atmosphere, like heliotrope, like right before lightning strikes. And Eden just kind of stares through Vic. Name?
Frank.
Frank.
And they were, yeah. And they work in the music store that you all were telling me about. That's why I got real quiet during the car ride. Didn't really want to. Yeah.
See, here I was thinking that you were just focusing on the road.
Absolutely. No, that I don't have to focus on the road. When you get it, when you're like, it's like muscle memory thing. Whenever you become a good driver, you can just like do it. Only one that's been around for the last 7 years. Well, you know what I mean. But yeah, no. So I don't know. Don't be weird about it or be weird about it. Depends. I don't know. I can never get a read on how they act. I can't tell if they're like just, playing it cool or if they're like, silently heartbroken or not. I really don't know. I try to check in every now and again, go to the store, come to the mall, get a pretzel, see if they're like being weird. Haven't really pinned anything down yet.
Eden hasn't blinked yet. Like, they just haven't blinked yet. And why do you care so much, Vic?
What do you mean?
Coming to check on Heaven's ex, Frank. You don't like soft pretzels that much.
They're all right. Get one with sugar. Also, they're a fucking werewolf.
Then Eden blinks, and they pivot, and they start walking.
All right.
And I think you come back to Heaven and Misfit arguing about something. So it's just like, for fuck's sake, Heaven, I really don't need to hear about your fucking
Look,
prophecy.
I'm just saying, like, we could like find some common ground so we don't have to
Common ground.
slaughter everyone on either side. Yes.
We could kill them. option.
Are you talking about me?
No.
I'm gonna break your sword one day, Heaven, just so you know, and I'm gonna enjoy
I'll
it.
just you try, motherfucker. But
Okay, get over here. And I think you see it, like, I think the two of you come back as Misfit is, like, trying to grab on to kill Kagard.
was good too slow.
Fancy dance.
He's like,
whoa. What the fuck's going on here?
Can you control your friend, please? Before
trying to
I
teach a
kill
boy how to
them?
be a man.
That's not how friendships work. I don't.
I'm
control
not a
Heaven.
man, first of all.
Oh, you're right, Trellisser.
Okay, all right.
You kind of
Kel,
walked in.
I will
walked
break
into
you
that one.
over my knee.
Oh,
You
okay.
I-
We all were
excuse
thinking
you.
it.
No, just you. I don't. I can't believe my sword is transphobic.
The pretzel guy gets me.
If you want help breaking that sword, Heaven, I would be more than happy to help.
We might
let's-
have to see. We
okay,
finally
let's-
agree on something. We can collaborate and make a better, more
No,
inclusive
let's go.
sword.
You
I'm
know,
pushing
Frank would have my
Heaven.
side.
I push harder. I'm like, let's go.
Who's Frank?
We're gone. Me and Heaven are walked away.
It's almost like in a sense of this very cartoonish, just dirt, just as you just push through.
Eden takes Misfit's chin again in their hand. They lean in kind of close. Be careful what you say about my twin in front of me, darling, lest I make you bark with it.
That's the fun of it, though. Just show me how angry you are later.
Not in the mood, Misfit. True.
And sensing that it's true, Misfit backs off.
And then Eden turns and follows after toward Frank's music shop.
You guys walk into the mall as we see a pretzel guy that was out there who's discovered something new about themselves after that conversation. But going through, you go into the mall. And into it, it's a very grandiose place. You see, it's got 2 levels about. It's very open area because, again, it's Florida, so it's just open. It's not in a sense of like walking in and out. It's very open. People coming in and out. There's stores. You can feel the heat and whatnot. There's various stores like a Radio Shack. You know, you got your electronics. You got they got gyms there as well that just been put in. This is kind of it's a place where people hang out. But you also know, just from your own history, especially you, Heaven, since you come here time to time, this is also werewolf territory. They kind of stake their claim on the mall, and they call themselves the Ice Pick Skater Gang, for anybody that wants to put a name to a face. But for the most part, a lot of the werewolf younger kids tend to be here in order to stay out of trouble, especially when the moon comes around, and you know that they tend to have a place for them in sort of the back areas of the mall where people go to work, just in case, they freak out. But for the most part, it's a kind of haven for these kids, or the younger teens and whatnot. As you can see, some of them are just doing ollies and just over the fountain. You see someone just trying to get to work. You just, but with that, you guys are open there. Heaven, you know exactly where Frank's shop is. There's a map, of course, but you know exactly where it is. Now, the question is, do you want to get there before everyone, or are you just going to be like, oh, okay, let's all go?
I don't know what role could possibly dictate this, but I would leave it up to the dice to see if he can get there a little bit faster than the rest of the party.
Do me a quick favor. We'll just do something I like to do. You got just a D6. You choose what an odd is, and you choose what an even outcome is.
Can I help?
Okay, I'll.
So I'm
I don't know
assuming
how
it's
you
the
can
bad one.
help, but
Here, you know what, CJ? Real quick.
All right.
What's the odd? What's the odd outcome, CJ? What's the
Oh
odd?
God, what did you say? What's the outcome?
It's in the sense of one has to be they get there before everybody, or they don't. So
I since I want to help, 1 is that you get there before everyone.
okay, and then 2
Because
is
Vic is stopping you. Yeah, 2 is not.
so what you get.
Y'all, I guess y'all stop me because I rolled a 4. That's an even.
Fantastic. You see Heaven trying to run off, but with that, you see one of the skater kids whoosh, hit you right into the side. Specifically, you know that this person that hit you, as you see, they kind of get eat dirt a little bit. As you see some of the other kids go, ooh. As you see the person kind of get up, scrape knees. They kind of have jeans on right now, sort of a tank top that has like a Van Halen shirt on it, and with that, you see the twin of Frank, specifically Maxine. You see they have shorter hair. It's kind of cut short. You see it's sort of brownish skin. They're both Dominican. And you kind of see she kind of like has scrapes on her elbows now. And she goes, "What the? Oh my God. Is that you, Heaven?"
Yeah, I am so sorry. Are you okay? Do I need to get like some Neosporin or
Nah,
some
it's fine. You see
anti?
just it begins to heal up. Perks. What are you doing back?
I mean, it's the mall. I'm not banned from the mall.
Yeah, but you haven't shown your face at the mall for like 7 years, so don't lie. You and my brother dating
Why
again?
does everyone? No, Maxine. No, we're not. I literally just came to the mall with my friends and my twin. Eden, Max.
You see that they get in a
I guess we're
skateboard and
doing
they just
this.
begin to sort of just almost like shark go around you.
I stand in front of the board.
You see that they catch themselves right before because they can control it. Just,
Yeah. Tough. Hello again, Maxine.
it starts with a V. Victoria.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Vicky.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Vicky. It's Vicky.
Close. Close.
V.
We'll sit with that.
V.
V.
How are you doing, V? It's been a long time.
It has been a while. Well, actually, not that long, considering I was just at the mall last month. So,
Yeah. A little weird. My brother was a little freaked out.
where do you think I get my Walkmans?
Doesn't mean he's not freaked out. Customer's always right in his brain, but that's him, not me. I would have not let you anywhere near this place, but that's not up to me.
Oh, why is that?
Because you just watch people and under the guise of a Walkman. Because how
Okay.
many times can a Walkman break? In my opinion, I mean, I'm no technician,
Do
but
you know who the fuck I am?
do you know that I don't give a fuck?
Oh my God. Heaven, heaven, heaven.
Yeah, we're gonna go look at shops and not be here. It
No,
was
keep
nice
going.
seeing you, Maxine.
Who's this brother that everybody keeps talking about?
Walks away.
He's in the shop.
Also
Don't-
walking.
You see, they kind of skate away. They look at you, Vic, with just cold stone dagger eyes. I'm like, I'm watching you.
Hiss back with my fucking teeth.
Miss What
And you
catches
see that-
up to Vic. Who's this brother everybody keeps talking about? Heaven's ex? Heaven dated somebody?
No. Lie.
Oh, come on, Vic. You know better than to lie to me.
Oh my fucking God, I always forget. Yeah, yes. The name's Frank. And they're at the shop we're going to.
Interesting. You know, I never thought that anybody would be able to put up with Heaven long enough.
I'm gonna stop you. Not because of me, but because of, and I look at fucking Eden.
Eden's behind the group walking slowly like a fucking like predator. Like they are stalking like the worst Molgoth you've ever seen in your life. They look like they're about to murder someone. Whoever steps in front of them first.
Just let you know, you see real quick, there's other Molgoths that kind of look at you and give you just like a head nod, just respect, just like, just
I'm this close to killing them. I have to let you know.
they kind of just like, okay, we were giving you a sign of respect, and they kind of walk off in unison.
Not unison. It's giving murderous intent.
There's quite an air of murderous intent. The vibes are murderous intent.
Again, it's like you're walking, and sometimes people walk the other direction, but not where you're walking. You see everybody goes, nope, and just walks in the other direction. But with that, you guys continue walking and walking and walking until you get to, well, it's not because it's owned by Frank. It's literally called Frank's Music Shop. It's not a very, this is the actual name of the store. Specifically, you see that Frank is on the phone. You can't see his face at the moment as he's like talking with somebody. You see the phone is just on the side. He seems to be talking with somebody about like, yeah, just if you try plugging in, plugging back out, try that. If it doesn't work again, come back. Got a new aux cord that should really help it. If not, I'll give you 2-for-1 discount again. Sorry about the speakers not working. I don't know what's going on. My bad, my guy. I understand completely. All right. Yeah. All right. Dope. See you later, man. You can close the phone. Kind of turning around, you see a figure that's very similar to Maxine, as this seems to be the twin. You see that he has the same skin, Dominican. His hair is also kind of short, but a little puffed out in the front. You see he's wearing what looks to be sort of a striped red and black shirt with his sleeves rolled up over what a t-shirt seems to be of Motorhead. As you see, he has jeans as well that seem to be ripped, wearing Vans. He has a skateboard as well, but you see it's sort of in the corner. And he kind of goes, inventory. You kind of walk in. Who walks in first? That's my question.
Probably Misfit. Everybody else doesn't seem to want to be here, and Misfit's actually quite excited to meet this ex of Heaven's, so probably him.
I think fucking Vic is trying to stop Misfit from walking in first, but it's not succeeding.
Yeah.
So second.
And I think
with
Misfit.
Continue.
Ben,
He kinda,
you were gonna say something.
No, you're gonna say it. Say it.
Oh, I was just agreeing. Like, I think it's Vic and Heaven like trying to fuss over Misfit like getting in first, but it just happens anyway.
So all three simultaneously.
Fantastic. With that, you walk in, you hear a thing from the dorm. He goes, I'll be with you in a second. You see he's kind of writing down. Okay. Kind of turns around, sees you, and oh, damn. Kind of looks at your horns.
I locked
Hi.
the door behind us.
Did you say you locked the door? Do you lock the door?
This is unhinged, CJ.
Do you lock Eden out?
Oh my god, not this. Okay, all right. Actually, that's perfect. Eden is locked out, so Misfit is gonna. I think Misfit like looks over their shoulder, sees that Eden isn't in the room, and proceeds to walk over to the counter, where Frank is. And kind of leans over the counter, like one hand underneath his chin. Frank, is it?
Name on the store, man.
Yeah.
What's wrong with your head?
Oh, don't worry about it. A costume of some sort, you know.
Look, I don't want a deal. I'm fine. You guys come around here often.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not here for a deal. I'm here for you, actually. And Misfit kind of like takes a hand and like puts it up onto Frank's chest and then kind of just runs it down slowly.
You can roll, because this is a monster, so you can roll manipulate somebody if you do wish so.
I'm gonna do it. I got an 8.
An 8. You kind of like look. You're gonna have to buy me dinner first. To be honest, I don't know you. You seem really.
Sure.
Looks you up and down.
Tonight.
Uh,
Dinner by the lake.
Sure, I guess. Is Heaven in the room?
Yeah, where the fuck is Heaven?
Heaven is at the door with Eden. Just like
I think UC's like, at this moment, I think it's a little bit in the sense of like, it's a little bit spaced out. Miss Fu comes in first, and then after you go in, lock the door. With that, you just see the angry eyes of Eden. Just
I'm putting my back on the fucking glass, and I think after what is their name? Fucking Misfit is like asking her on a date. I'm like, holy fucking shit, Frank! Just tell who's the fuck are the Heartbreakers?
First of all,
I was
you're just
getting
back in my
there.
store.
Come on,
you're back in my
Vic.
store. You're watching me again.
I'm not watching. I just
This is
what
a point. This is
is
beneath you
Eden
to
like
use.
banging on the door?
I'll tell you what I do in like half a second.
Okay, we're gonna give him a half second here. You go. This is a new low for you, okay? You're using people now. And
What are
second,
you talking about?
Heaven? Hi. And he kind of pushes you aside, Miss Food. It's just like, I wasn't doing anything. I was hi.
you don't have to say that because we are two separate people and not involved at all. So enjoy the demon.
You know, some people say, how's it going? It's been a while. What's up? You apparently just show up in my shop. Who the fuck is that? And he kind of points to just Eden at the door. Eden, what are you doing? As you just see, it's almost like muffled. You just hear, "Brr," and then he points to you in just confusion.
I think actually, once Eden realized the door was closed, they actually take a few steps back. So I don't know if Frank sees them yet.
Okay, hey, I'm open for business. If you do not see, there's a sign that says 5 to 9, and it's about 4. So not closed yet, and it's not a holiday. So if you wouldn't mind and unlock my door, because I'm getting a little nervous here.
I'm trying to keep this quick, Frank. I don't
From
care
what?
if
What do
you
you
think. I don't care if you think. I don't. Whatever the fuck you would say about me, whatever your weird pack says about me, people watching, whatever. Tell us what the fucking Heartbreakers is before I have to unlock this door.
I don't know what you're talking about. Who the hell are the
The
Heartbreakers?
Banshee that was at the beach.
Oh, because that makes sense, right? Because if I don't know the band name, let's just name a random mythical creature, and of course I'm gonna know.
No, this is something we actually came to investigate, and we just happen to be a bunch of ragtag assholes. I am so sorry, but
I'm
if you know
not.
anything, I know you're not, but if you know anything about this fucking monster which killed a lot of people, that would help us considerably.
Look, Eden, I tell this with the utmost truth. I don't know what you're talking about. Miss Fu, you read lie. I'm just behind his head.
Tell me if it's Misfit.
I think Misfit. Is he still behind the counter?
He got around. He's out around, so he got
Okay.
around. You see in the back, it's open. There seems to be stuff in the back, but at the moment, he's like, I don't know you people.
Misfit, are they lying?
I think Misfit goes back to around the counter and goes behind Frank. No, goes behind Frank and kind of leans over the counter and like in Frank's ear whispers, "It's best not to lie around me."
I don't know who you guys are. I'm gonna call security. All right. So
No,
good
and
luck.
Misfit
Eden
just kind of
shoots the door
grabs
open.
as Misfit is grabbing him by the collar and pulling him back.
Oh, I think Vic takes
You
the shot.
shotgun
It's not gonna
the door
hurt
open?
me.
It's right. They shoot the door with their shotgun. They shoot the lock.
God. Oh my.
You see people go, what the hell? You see a couple people go, nope, not today, and just run away. With that, you go, whoa! As you see Frank, what were you doing this with Frank?
I was grabbing him by the collar and pulling him over the counter. So I was like probably taking him out of the line of fire by
Yeah,
accident.
pretty much. You grab him by the scruff, pull him back. You see the bullets go right past your face. Whoa!
Like I said,
What the hell?
you really shouldn't lie to me.
Did I ever tell you that I was a twin too? I don't think I ever told you that. That would be my twin.
And this would be the
And
reason.
Eden waltzes in. Bone, shrapnel, marble, and gold shotgun slung over their shoulder, drumming their fingers on the, I don't know gun terms, on it.
British I don't know you people. Heaven, do you mind calling off, I don't know, your friends or family? I don't know what you define these people as. That one has a murderous intent as he points as Eden. Can you please civilize conversation, especially in a place where I do business?
I will do that. But first, Miss, how are we on? Is he telling? Are they telling the truth?
Frank knows what happened. He's not sharing.
Oh, okay. So none of us is being civil right now. Eden, would you mind help persuading my ex?
My pleasure.
You can roll manipulate someone, and there's no mechanics for this, but you can roll twice and take the higher result, because this is too much here of him like, I'm gonna die here if I don't
warned
say
them.
something.
That's a 10.
You see, what do you do? How do you intimidate this man?
Eden doesn't even walk closer, but the like gun trailing off the like end of their shotgun, I think just kind of catches in the ceiling, and for a moment it looks like Frank's face screaming in agony. It's like a future image of him screaming in agony in the mist before it kind of dissolves against the ceiling.
Fine. Fine. Follow me in the back if you would graciously let go of my collar, hot person.
Oh, you think I'm hot? And Misfit lets it go.
You see Kel go, we could have done that. We could have locked this down. We could have done that. And kind of walks to the back. Don't destroy my shit. None of you. Leads you into the back. You see in the back is kind of almost like a workshop. You see that his specific spot in the store has a docking bay for people to unload and load stuff. So he's on the first floor. It's a little bit of a bigger area. And with it, it's filled with all sorts of equipment that is both normal and magical. Specifically, you see a number of blueprints that he's been working on. And it also looks like somebody was crashing here. Because he doesn't necessarily, Frank doesn't live here. You've checked on your own, Vic. But for the most part, it seems like somebody's been hiding out here. Yeah, we just cut away real quick to just like Vic incognito, just checking shit. But cutting back to the modern day and present day right now, he has a bunch of stuff here, and it looks like blueprints for what looks like to be a stage of some sort. What do you want to know?
Eden takes the wire that they got from the other club out of the folds of their clothes and kind of just flips them back and forth, and then opens the like soft rubber part of the wire to expose all of the Gaelic runes on the inside. This is a very interesting make and model. New stock?
It was for a friend. You see, it's a lie again. But not for you, Miss Foot. You don't see, it's not a lie in the sense of like, it's untruthful. It's a lie in terms of feeling.
There's something else about that relationship. Friend isn't accurate.
I don't like this one. Kind of points to Miss Foot.
I'll grow on you.
Look, her name's Kalina. They were just walking about kind of aimlessly around the mall about 2 weeks back. Kind of brought them in. I was bringing a new shipment of stuff. And I don't know, we got talking. And I don't know, we felt with a sense of connection, I guess. They told me that they were kind of like new in town. They lost all their stuff. So I thought I would help him out. You already know, Heaven. I used to build sets back in the day. Devotion to Malrock. As you see that he kind of has like a pendant on him, kind of pointed up. But I mean, I just helped him out, build a couple sets and speakers. I didn't know they were gonna kill anybody.
And where are they playing tonight? Where are they now?
I mean, and he kind of looks through. You see, there's a half-empty box that he kind of opens up, hands you a poster. There's a charity concert happening tonight at Mariana Park. There's a bunch of free food, and there's bands going on. So I believe they were going on as Heartless Grace, their full name, of their band. So
And you thought it appropriate to not tell anyone that the equipment that you helped rig for their set is going to burst the hearts out of every single person who attends a charity concert in the park
you need to
tonight.
calm down.
That's the kind of person you are.
The runes are for simple amplification. They just amplify sound. It doesn't burst anybody's chest.
Amplifying the sound of a banshee
I didn't know
with
there were a
magic
banshee.
runes.
Why would you make magic rune amplifiers in the first place?
Why do you think my shop's so popular? You get the best sound out of these bad boys because I got
Oh,
amplifiers on them.
God, fair, but oh my God, worse.
No, I'm with Frank on this one.
Half my stuff is on MTV.
All right, yeah, no, okay.
Again, devotion to Malrock. But
Are we
I
done? Can
look, if Clean in trouble, you're gonna need my help.
In what way?
Well, two ways. One, maybe somebody who knows how to counteract the speakers, and then if worst comes to worst, the only way you can beat rock is with rock. So
actually, you might not need that. I was recently informed by my sword, because chosen to save the world from the apocalypse.
that's right. As you hit the sword.
You be quiet. Apparently, Kel and this Kalina, if I'm correct, they were sword and wielder. And Kel just abandoned this Kalina. So maybe we don't have to worry about lowering her off the stage because she'll be mad at me for taking her sword.
You see the sword? You never seen a sword be shy and sleek until today. As you just see this thing just go. It just slinks away slowly to the ground.
So there we go. If we need bait, if we need a lure, here I am. Or here we are. And just picks the sword up and puts it back in the sheath.
How willing you are to share the romantic entanglements of Gore.
Yeah.
Romantic's a strong word. It was more like a partnership. Something you don't know about. But,
I think Misfit kind of smiles over at Heaven, this like predatory smile, and says, "Yeah, let's use Heaven as bait."
I think Vic is like walking over to Frank, like whispering, "Yeah, so like, are you like still into Heaven or like?"
I mean, it's complicated because, I've kind of grow up a lot. I kind of run the pack, and just I feel like Heaven was kind of using me because, at the time I was a bad boy. So I don't say it to her face because I know her feelings, but she really was just using me. Hence why I vibed with Kalina so much. Like, Kalina kind of understood me, or maybe she just used me. I don't know, but I felt more of a connection with banshee apparently than an actual human being. So it says a lot.
And I think that like strikes a chord with Vic. You are way cooler than I assumed you were.
Thanks. Again, I had to grow up after my dad died, so.
I mean this in the most platonic way. But do you want to hang out?
Sure, as long as it's not at my music shop, because you just.
No, yeah, I was like, I was
The
concerned that you were
shotgun
like,
blast. People gonna think, oh wow, did you get robbed? Like, how am I supposed to explain that?
I didn't know I was concerned. I was like, I never really got to know you before. I was like, maybe I'll get to know, maybe I'll
Yeah, no,
understand.
you broke into my place.
Okay, I was worried you were sleeping here.
Not me, as you can see, but again, you broke in. So
Okay,
that's kind of
that's
Are you two done whispering over there?
yeah.
Look, you guys may want to hurry up because the concert's supposed to be starting soon, so unless you want me to join me, good luck.
Let's head over. And dinner
Well,
tonight,
Kalina,
right?
Don't do
Maybe.
that. Don't do that. I
No?
whisper, "You're my new friend. Don't do that. I'm as your
Don't-
new friend. Do not go to a date with Miss."
What is it?
Don't
This is like-
listen to Vic. Vic's no fun.
Nah, Vic. Rain check, and he kind of just like. You hear his sister Maxie. What the hell? Is that what it looks like? He kind of just goes off. With that, you guys proceed to the park. Yes. Fantastic. With that, you guys burn rubber to the park as it's getting about maybe almost dusk. It's kind of the same time the concert's supposed to start, and as you guys kind of pull up to the park, you see the sun is beginning to set down. Specifically, when you get to this park, you see it's full with a number of people. No kids or anything like that, just a bunch of adults. It's kind of like an adult-only thing. You see they're raising charity just for various victims of just a recent hurricane that kind of passed through. And specifically, this park you see is kind of almost by the ocean, and far in the distance, you can see what looks like to be the city's kind of floodgates. This is kind of the thing that helps keep it from overflooding when hurricanes or any kind of natural disaster with water happens. As you see, it kind of overcompensates it. You see there's a guy out there with a megaphone going, "All right, everybody, the concert's about to start. We got some free food in the back. Miss Grantham's peach tea lemonade is the bomb. And with that, enjoy the music, everybody!" And you hear just a collective clap. And with that, you see the stage. It's almost like something out of a storybook. You see that it's a stage itself. You can see the runes on the side, but you see the main stage theme itself is almost like that of a castle wall. And with that, you also see in various places around this park, there seems to be kind of like these towers that are sort of all over the place, specifically 4, as they seem to have sort of decorations and seem to be part of it. But you also, I will say, Eden, real quick, if you just roll me just a straight weird. Real quick.
okay.
So just add whatever your weird modifier with. It's weird. Roll me straight weird.
I'm rolling really well tonight. That's a 12.
12. You notice something worrisome under each of these towers. You first think, how the hell did they get glowing like lights or something underneath these towers? It doesn't make any sense. It's not connected to anything and whatnot. But as you see, you kind of poke your head in between the link chains, and you see that in these towers underneath them, there are almost like rifts. Almost like somebody peered into the night sky. As you see, it's green, and with that, you see hands almost like slowly, ghostly hands coming out of it as it glows green, and each of them are glowing, and hands waiting, like they're waiting for something to happen.
That's not good. That's not good at all.
What's wrong?
Those towers are traps of some kind, like a portal to an underworld, waiting to grab. Lots of hands. You'd enjoy it.
And when you say portal to an underworld, I think you can see visibly that Misfit's face changes slightly. And
Not your
there's-
underworld.
you sure about that?
Fairly certain.
I'm sorry, are you saying that the Banshee is sending people straight to hell number 2?
Unclear as of yet. Whatever is happening when the Banshee blasts people's chests open, I imagine it's to... These things will grab it for them if they're killing such a large amount of people at a time. Also, Chris, if I'm way off here, just tell me.
You make your own exceptions again. You just know that this is a portal to another, specifically the ethereal plane, but you don't know what the purpose is. So it's up to you. You don't know what they're gonna do with it. So you have it's what you're thinking. Like, well, this is this and this is that. So I guess it's this. But you don't know. It's hypothetical until it happens.
Rocco talked about how each one of the I don't know, the 10 each of them are trying different ways to end the city and the world. Maybe this is theirs.
Well, they're stepping on my
Might be trying-
territory then.
Oh my god. Do you know how fucked up that is?
No.
Like hierarchy, like in order of operations, like we're stopping a bunch of monsters who want to take over the world so that you can attempt to.
Not just attempt. I'm going to succeed.
Yeah, okay. Eden, what happens if I break this thing?
I don't know. I'd like to see you try.
With that, before you guys are able to do anything, the lights. And you see on the stage, there's 4 pieces here. You got your drums, your guitar, your singer, and your basses. And for everything that isn't the main where the mic is, you see these sort of elvish, kind of ghostly like fey creatures begin to float out from the ground, each of them wearing a combination of what looks like to be medieval armor of a Celtic manner combined with punk rock. As you see, they all get into the positions, and you hear a voice. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special song for you today. From all the way from the ancient times, Heartless Grace will prepare a song just for you Sanarkana folks. Now please get ready as you see that they start to play. Introducing the lead singer of our group, the original Heartbreaker, the antithesis of pain. May I present to you your queen of the Banshees, Kalina. And you see floating down with their arms out, almost like being gracious, as they're a combination of both that Celtic and also punk rocker look combined into both. As you see a guitar which has the shape of a heart on it, as you see they float down, their hair on fire, their skin almost like a sickly green, as they sort of have a mohawk, as it's sort of going down, as they sort of step down, do a little bit of a twirl, and put their hands out, grab the microphone, and in the distance look out to you guys. This one's for a very special sword that's out there, and also for a bunch of losers known as the Mythics. And with that, you see doom, 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 boom. You see that she presses on a guitar. Boom, 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 boom. You see almost like the airwaves push past you guys as it kind of puts you on your feet. And with that, as some of you see, it goes all the way past the water and smashes directly into the floodgate. And you can see bits of it begin to crack off. you see the portal, the hands begin to sort of almost like imperial ghosts begin to come out of it and begin to sort of go into the stage. As you see on the top, it seems to be like almost like a metal mouth that is opened and is consuming these souls as each of them are going in. As the song begins to get loud, it's heavy, you can feel it in your heart. With that, what do you guys want to do?
Heaven rushes in. I just full on hero mode.
Fantastic. Now, are you just going to straight up kick ass, or are you trying to prepare yourself to get in there?
Oh no, we're kicking ass.
All right, roll me a kick some ass.
Big money, no whammies. Oh, that's a 7. Not a 7. That's an 8.
An 8? 8's not bad. You do damage. So with that, you coming with the sword. You see Karl go, I'm not really sure about this. And with that, you see that as you go up, you try. Are you going straight for Kalina, or are you just going for one of the? Who are you going for in this instance?
No, just Kalina. Like,
Okay, Kalina. With that,
hero
you
jumps. Yeah.
Yep. Boom! You sort of hit them, but you also see that there's a bubble around them, and as you kind of hit it, it's almost like a stasis for a half second, and with that, she smiles. And with that, whoosh, you get hit back, taking 2 points of harm, as it ignores your armor completely. As you get pushed back almost near to the water, as you see that she is playing just the heaviest music right now. This is full on American. People don't know what's going on. They're just rocking on at the moment. They all think it's a part of the show. So you see that happening. What about the rest of you guys?
I think Misfit just kind of looks at Kalina, looks over at Heaven, is like, that's their business to deal with, I think. And Misfit instead is going to go for the speakers and trying to go for the equipment. And I think his thought is if he can sever these cords, if he can sever sort of the connection, that will at least buy us some time at the very least. So he's going to find like where the like runic wires are and try and cut them.
Fantastic. Now, are you trying to help somebody out, or are you just doing that on yourself?
Depends if somebody else wants to be there doing that.
Anybody else want to help?
Then I'm by
Nope,
myself.
Everybody for themselves. Fantastic. For this, I'm not really seeing anything, so just roll me just a straight. Are you looking, or are you just gonna start pulling things?
I'm just pulling.
All right, roll me a tough. So just roll just plus tough here. As
Got
you
an
I don't know
8.
what to do. Fantastic. With that, you just start pulling cords. It's like, I don't know. Are you specifically around the tower, or are you going towards their setup?
I think I'm gonna try to get as close to their setup as possible, just so I can also be close enough that if something goes south, that I could theoretically help.
Right. Fantastic. So with that, you bum rush in the way, kind of pushing people out the way. You begin to rip and tear out of the sound system as you just feedback. And as you kind of do, you see one of the figures still playing their instrument. You see a copy of them go behind you, and with that, do a slash against you, doing 2 points of damage that ignore your armor. Go straight through it. It's almost like ghostly in nature. You see their face kind of unhinges. Fantastic. With that, what about our other 2 people? Are we doing anything in this situation?
Absolutely. I think that seeing Heaven kind of bounce off of this Banshee's shield, so to speak, Eden is going to try to root themselves in the ground and tug on her barrier and try to unravel it with their magic, which would be my force of will move. When I apply your will to dispelling a magical effect, blocking a spell, or suspending a phenomenon, I can roll plus weird.
Let's do it.
So I will do that. Oh, God.
The moment you didn't need to. And what do we get? This is...
I got a 4.
Got a 4. You do have luck.
I do have luck.
You have luck.
It's time to use some luck. That'll be a 12.
Fantastic.
And my playbook special, when I spend luck, is that until the end of this mystery, backlash on my spells will be extra nasty. So this counts as a 12, which means that I have instantly snuffed out a powerful spell or strange effect.
With that, you put your hands out. You see your magic kind of collide with it, almost like in the sense of music notes hitting one another until you see, boom, you see Kalina playing, immediately gets hit with this music and just almost like an action figure gets pushed back, kind of hitting into the drum set. See, angrily comes up. We can see play even harder as you see, you see that barrier is now down. And the music has died a little bit, but you do see that they're continuing to hitting that floodgate. As you see, it's beginning to crumble more and more the more they play.
Heaven, again.
Absolutely. And they are back up.
Yeah.
And hopefully with another kick some ass roll.
Kel go, all right, do better. I'm going to tell you what to do. You're going to go left, right, and then double sprint, slice.
Not listening, not listening.
I fought with her. I know her moves.
Oh boy.
Please fail.
Please fail.
Please fail.
No.
Just kind of know what I'm talking about.
Y'all wanted me to fail so bad. It's a 6.
Fantastic.
Oh my God, Mark, you get to work experience.
I get to work experience.
With that, you see coming from her guitar, you see what looks like chains that are around sort of like the region where she's sort of using her fingers to sort of go up and down. You see a chain begin to come off of it and begins to go in your direction, ties you up and on the ground. As you take, you know what? You're just restrained at the moment. And he's like, "Fuck!" And he goes, I told you. But no, don't listen to the sword. What does the sword know? The sword never knows anything.
Okay, Vic!
On it. And I think Vic is going to try what he said he was going to do. And I want to pick up. I don't even know how big it is. How big is this pole?
This thing is about maybe like have you ever seen like if you go to there's like maybe like 2 trailers on top of each other tall?
Okay.
So it's not
That
too
feels
crazy,
appropriate.
but it's like a small antenna.
Yeah, cool. That's exactly what I wanted. So I think Vic just maybe it's like focus this time. And wants to just shove their fingers into the thing and pick it up.
Fantastic. And we're gonna throw it at somebody if we do pick this up.
Yeah, I'm throwing it, and I think Vic, if I can, like when I do it. Actually, I know I can. I'm using luck.
Oh, okay, never mind. There, fuck me. No. If you fail, no, I don't. So
Vic, I think Vic, something weird happens because Vic is just like on pure instinct. Claws come out of their hand. Just like their nails grow longer in a weird and fucked up way, and they shove them into the thing, rattle it a little bit, snap it like it's a fucking stick, and then Vic begins to float and float and float and float until they're flying, and tosses it at this entire thing at the stage.
first, people are like, yo, this is the sickest freaking concert I've ever seen until you, oh shit, this is real. And then you gotta dodge out the way. You see, boom, as you see it hits Kalina right in the, just everywhere. You see it's almost like impaling them as you see the stage gets destroyed. You see the rift now is just open as you see just ghosts going about, just causing havoc. Just going about being crazy. And as you do, because you rolled luck, your curse gets activated.
Yeah.
And in the back of your head, you see all these people running, or you see that portal with just energy, and you just feel hungry. I need you to roll me, act under pressure.
Yeah, CJ is just going to use the roll 20. Act under pressure. Act under pressure.
Given our connection, TM, can Misfits sense what's happening to Vic?
I will say you and Ian, because you're the more magical, proficient people in this party, feel something off. It's almost like something in the air is not quite right. It's almost like something a chill down your spine. Say again.
8. Mixed success.
I think you're. All right. So with that, you're gonna have to feed on someone, but
Easy.
there's
Oh.
something in you that wants to come out, something that wants to really feed, but you know you can sate it if you just feed on somebody, but the only people that are here are civilians. So either you succumb to whatever this is, or you feed on somebody that is just here.
I think Vic desperately does not want to go through the experience of feeding again, because it is something that is far too intimate to a degree that it almost grosses them out. So I think Vic just kind of looks to Kalina, and just floating kind of off the ground with these claws out in their teeth. You're not the only monster here. And they're gonna let whatever you said, they're gonna let that thing out.
You feel powerful. You see your arms growing out, your fingernails are long into blades, and you just almost like taking off, what if you have a jacket or a shirt, something real quick, as you just almost become fur on your sides. As your teeth come out, you turn into some weird vampire monstrosity, and you just want to feed. Specifically at Kalina, who at the same time begins to fly up in unison, and because I'm fucking done with all this and begins to play her solo. You see the music is so loud, it begins to hit against the wall. If she finishes this solo, the floodgate is gonna break, and it's gonna spell trouble. So you got a moment to act here. What do you want to do? And does anybody want to help in this? Well, first, does anybody want to help in this situation as you see this going down before I give it to Vic?
Yeah, I think Misfit is, first of all, absolutely fucking delighted, feeling that Vic is letting the monster out. This is what he has wanted this whole time. And so he is absolutely ecstatic as this is happening. And Misfit takes out their sword. They kind of like take off the chain off their pants. It transforms into their sword. And because I am by the speakers, by the equipment, Misfit is going to try and just like slam the sword straight through all of the speakers like a fucking shish kebab, trying to destroy them, so that even if she does finish her solo, which hopefully she won't, it won't have as much of an impact.
Fantastic. Roll me your cool, because you're trying to help out here. Anybody else trying to do anything else before we go to Vic?
I mean, I would like to get out of these chains. I think that'll be
Yeah, you can
pretty
just roll.
swell.
Just roll plus tough just to get out of this bad boy.
All right.
I rolled a 12.
Oh, 12, fantastic. So they get a +1. So with that, you boom, boom, just kicking, slashing, or whatnot. You see these ghosts try to stop you. You just almost like backhand one. You slice through another one. It would be really gruesome if they were alive, but they're not. And with that, whatever happens to you, Heaven, you're fine.
I get
whatever it is.
experience.
Yeah, that's what you get experience. But with that, Vic, got a +1. This is probably your last chance to do something before something really bad happens to all these people here. And maybe a good portion of this city, as that floodgate is the only thing keeping water from just rushing in and ruining everything.
Yeah, am I kicking ass?
You are kicking ass.
Beautiful.
Unless you're using magic or whatever, but for the most part, I feel like
No.
it's, yeah, you're gonna
Vic
rip.
only kicks ass with weird. So with
Wow,
a +1, that is 9, 10, 11, 12.
What do you do in this end? Because you're gonna end this. How do you end this?
Yeah. I think I did not have this. I don't want this to be a long-term thing, but I think in the weird and fucked up way, there is like Vic's. You hear Vic's voice in your head, Eden, and it just says, "Prepare the device." And I think almost moving at like preternatural speed, Vic like moves, and you kind of see an after image of Vic go past Kalina and just kind of like unmoving. You just see like anime, like swordsman. Kalina is cut in half. Sword or not sword. Guitar and all.
With that, it's, as you said, anime. You just almost like 3 shots in separate angles. Froosh, froosh, froosh. As it kind of cuts to white, you see the guitar. And with that, I'm trapped. Eden, do you have it ready?
Yep.
With
They have prepared the device, so to speak.
Is this device loaded in a shotgun again?
That's how they use it,
Okay,
Chris. That's how
fantastic.
they
No,
use it.
It's fine. Yeah, no, it's fine. That's how they use it. But with that, in a unison, you see begins to suck both halves up. And with that, you see the ghost, the riffs, and you see the, just before the floodgate breaks, it stops. And with that, everything else, as you see one of like one of the drum kind of disc just falls onto the ground as the music stops. It's panic everywhere. Vic, roll me another keep your cool. Or, no, I'm sorry, wrong game. Act under pressure. Same thing.
What do I add to that?
Plus cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I got a 6.
6. Hunger's not sated, you need to feed. And there's so many buddies. That one in the corner looks nice.
And I think Vic just kind of like touches the ground, like stops flying, and is just kind of like looking at their claws, kind of realizing what's going on. And you just see this like redness in their eyes, and they're like looking around because they don't want to feed. Just desperate.
If I may make things worse, because I have to.
Absolutely not.
Here we
If
go.
I may make things worse.
Of course.
Because that's what I'm here for, Vic. I think Misfit sees that Vic isn't satiated. And in the aftermath of Kalina's capture, Misfit actually, I think, grabs the nearest person that's like running away and puts them in a lock. And looks at Vic over their shoulder. Hey, Vic! I got someone for you.
Can I also play this game? Because I just took harm and I'm bound on the floor still because I failed that roll. Let's just make it a battle of blood. Heaven's gonna like do some kind of wiggle and like try to scuff to like bleed a little more.
You know what? In this instance here, I need you to just roll. Oh my god! What, Eden? What are you putting on the table? All right, what's choice number 3 here after these horrible doors?
You all know Vic eats soul, so let's see if you can make that tantalizing energy.
Eden has, I think, dispelling the force of this like blockade and barrier has brought it into themselves, so they are literally humming with magic and power. Like it's vibrating in their skin and all around them. They're like a beacon of magic.
I think Vic would probably eat the person who probably has like who can be the most weird. Not like actually, but like stat wise.
Stat wise, I feel like
That's Eden.
That's
That is Eden.
Okay,
Eden looks like a snack.
Misfit's not gonna let that just happen. We can try. Misfit's
I'm
not gonna let that just happen.
I'm gonna put my foot down in this instance because you did a whole thing of come over here, and then you're like, where are you going? So, Vic, what are you gonna do? Because they all prevented the option, they did act. So you get one free move here before anybody can react.
I think it's in that order. I think Misfit kind of like sees the opportunity and like tempts Vic, and Vic steps forward and then kind of looks at Heaven, thinks about resists it, and then their eyes, not even just their eyes, their senses all turn to the most energy filled thing in the area. The one with, I think you could say, the most soul right now. And in that same speed, jumps to Eden. And I think they'll bite, but not drawing blood either. I think they just bite kind of like on the shoulder, kind of as close to the heart as possible, the center, the core of energy. And in the weirdest fucked up way, as if a vampire bit you, like a blood vampire bit you, you feel like the being, like your soul being bitten. And the energy in your body, maybe it's not just your soul, everything that you've been doing today is just drained quickly, efficiently, and intimately. And I'm curious, what is Eden feeling right now? What is that feeling that is the most prevalent?
That is an interesting question, Vic, because it's not there. Eden is a shell, a very tasty looking magic shell with nothing inside. And biting them feels like sticking a live wire under your tongue and letting the electricity run through your body. It feels like staking yourself in the heart, because the magic tries to eat you back as soon as you put your teeth on them.
Vic, in your mind, you get bad blood, bad blood, bad blood. And with that, you all see this, but in their back, you see something pulsating. You see what looks like to be almost a small portal begin to open in their back. They can't feel it, but Misfit, you notice this portal, and it reminds you as it is a portal to home. You see also the other rifts that were closed begin to slightly open up. Not fully, but just ever so slightly. Before the bad blood, almost like you going into a catatonic state. Vic, you go down, feeling not right, but slowly coming back to your senses as you begin to retract back.
Yeah. I like to think that Eden's magic probably like eats away at my other form.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And you see the portals close up. And the scene of crime is over. You defeated the monster.
Am I conscious?
Ever so slightly, you feel like almost like not wait like hungover a little bit. You're like,
Yeah.
just slight blood on your face.
Yeah, no.
Just
Vic like spits out black blood and is like, what the fuck are you?
Hungry. Just like you.
And I think at that, Misfit comes over and tackles Vic.
I'm
already on the floor.
I don't
just
care.
Football died.
I don't care.
Oh, Mr. President. Oh,
I think on top of Vic, Misfit leans down, gets really close to you. The sort of like bits of his hair that are not tied up, kind of like coming down onto your face. Next time, eat someone else.
I don't think you fully understand what it means to be hungry, Misfit.
I don't give a fuck. Eat someone else.
You see the plumbers, quotation marks, come in just a convoy of plumber vehicles. But with that, you see agents that have come out, begin to sort of sweep the area. You see the director kind of come out, see the damage caused, and see you on top of each other. See the bodies that are not many people died, only a small amount, but you see they also see the trap. Is it done?
I mean, I could use a little help over here. I just,
You see one. You see it.
maybe.
I got you. And you see one of the guys just like takes ghost wires, and just cut it.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm fine, if anyone's wondering. I'm fine.
You see the director kind of, all right, sweep the area, make sure everything's clear, get the witnesses, make sure each of them are paid. Not the word of this leaves, and leave a sizable donation to whatever charity this is. Fix the wall, and take the trap. Bring it back to the basement. You see all of them in unison, yes, sir. All go out, begin to do their jobs. You care to explain why you look like you're killing each other?
No reason. We were just playing, weren't we, Vic? And I think Misfit kind of like pushes off of Vic really hard and stands up.
I think Vic kind of lets you do that and then gets up, kind of dusts himself off, and looks at Eden with a familiarity. And then looks at Misfit and says, you've always been the one to tell me to take the monster out. And today didn't feel so bad. So, fair warning. Dog, keep yourself in your place under Eden. And we're not going to have any problems. And I think Vic flies at that point and flies off.
The director sees that for the first time. What the hell?
Misfit will remember that.
Just to let you know, Vic, as you are leaving, you hear something in your head that you've never heard before. Like a voice calling out. Like a distant ocean just saying, hunger, feed, feed, feed. Just not enough to control you, but this voice begins to go in your head that you've never heard before. Until tonight, as you fly off. For the rest of my group here, as they're cleaning up, what would you like to do as we begin to finish up here?
Eden sags up off the ground finally from where they got tackled and bit by Vic. And I think their shirt is covered in black and gold blood that just kind of like drips and drains down like over through like the bitten torn shirt. You can see like those tattoos that kind of like turn the blood underneath their skin gold and black as it comes out. And they look at Misfit to see what he does after that because they heard every word.
I think Misfit kind of takes a beat, watches Vic float away, and in their head just kind of remembers that portal, that rift that had started forming on the back of Vic. Looks over at Eden and I think like watches Eden kind of like sag down with the blood pouring out. And it's funny, Eden. Misfit has never been reluctant around you, ever. Misfit's always eager, always willing, obedient. But there's a reluctance, there's a hesitation. A beat too long that they take to think about something. Before he walks over to you, holds out a hand to help you get up.
Eden takes the hand, lets you help them up, looks at you very carefully. You know heaven is going to kill them, right?
I'm not going to let them. I need Vic. You know that.
There's an order of events to everything.
Indeed. It's me. I've been here the whole time.
Oh, Ian would not have said that in front of the director. Absolutely not.
Frankenstein is always there.
It's terrifying. Oh my god.
Rickon, you see, he says indeed to an intern. What do you want for dinner? Continue. Forget my stupidness.
Just like over our shoulder, it's just like the director
I've been
standing there,
here
just like,
the whole
indeed. I think Misfit takes in what Eden said and says, "You know that Vic goes last. Order of operations."
He on the throne chooses order of operations.
And that's me. And I say, Vic goes last.
You look good in a crown. True.
It's my birthright. You know that's a lie.
Devil of lies. Through and through.
Come, let's go home.
Forgive me if I have to talk to my twin about distractions.
Go for it. I need to talk to some people of mine.
By the way, you're not free for dinner by the lake tonight.
Oh, and what's that?
Because you're occupied.
I guess I'll have to cancel my date then.
Guess you will.
How upsetting.
Cry me a river, Misfit.
Tonight.
And Eden turns and goes for heaven.
Fantastic. Heaven, what have you been doing after they kind of release you? I mean, there's a medic that's just, like, here's some, they're just, ambulance kind of post recovery, but is there anything specific you're doing?
I think Heaven just watched those three from the stage. Well, they had like a nurse or an orderly or what have you just kind of tend to the scrapes and minor. They're just staring with this strange intensity. Like, of course, we see Heaven as this really flighty, kind of neurotic person, but their eyes are trained, brow furrowed, and just those same golden eyes, but with a little spark. So they aren't surprised when they see Eden approaching.
You're distracted, Heaven.
I'm not distracted. I'm a little off. People died. Nobody's great about that.
You were
I
distracted
don't-
earlier before people started dying.
I wonder what that could be.
I imagine it must have something to do with Frank.
Look, unlike you and your friend, quote unquote, I have positive relationships with people. When something is over, it's over. I don't know, whatever Frank thought. I said, hey, this isn't working out. And I just left it as is. I didn't know Vic was still stalking, but me personally, it was done. It was over. It just didn't work out. So I don't know what you're trying to get at with this conversation. So I would much rather keep this short. Maybe get home, maybe find some nice bath soap and find like the comfiest blanket and pillow and comforter and just let it be a day. Be normal. Or at least pretend to be normal by the end of the day.
You don't need to pretend to be normal, Heaven.
You'd be surprised. I say to my twin sibling, bleeding ichor and gold.
Everything that I do for you. You know that.
Bullshit. If that was
What
true,
bullshit?
you wouldn't have left.
I asked you to come with me.
And I wanted to find the person that raised us. Because if you don't remember, we were kind of orphans. We didn't have parents. And then suddenly someone took us in and just really filled that void for me. Do you know what that feels like to have a void filled? Is that even possible for you, Eden?
Eden's had a very hard day. And their face twists. And you know you've landed the mark. Only their twin could do it. And they look you up and down. I expected a little bit more from the chosen one. But that's just me.
Then maybe you should look in the mirror. I just hop off and walk away and give them a shoulder check on the way out.
Eden looks over their shoulder at you. And then they turn and their face goes through every single emotion that they didn't let play out while they were facing Heaven. Like just facing that barrier. Oh God. Never mind. They don't do anything brash. They keep it together.
But how could they? For the moment that you get shoulder checked, you feel something in your chest, almost like a heart attack. Going on the ground, you start to see your hands a purplish golden. You took 2 doses, and they said not to do that. As you feel something overcome you and begin to pass out on the floor. And I think we have one last scene because Miss Vu, you say we're going to talk to somebody. Is there anything specific you want to talk to or no?
Next episode, it's going to be a long conversation.
Fantastic. With that, I think that is a fantastic spot to end in. But we see one last scene. As we go somewhere on the ground, we can only see sparks of what looks like to be some sort of train tunnel. We see men working on building something that we can't see. And we once again see that figure with that sort of black lava crusted skin with sort of blue cracks in between with the same symbols. You see somebody rolling in what looks like to be these vats of energy with almost ghosts going around it. You see someone go, Sire, we were able to get some of the energy from Kalina, but she was captured by the Mythics. The voice goes, it's fine, we got what we needed. Yes, Messiah, they are taking out a considerable number of the AD. They may not work together well, Sire, but they are powerful. What are you going to do? You see, he kind of ponders for a second. Morgan, you see the person that's there kind of go, scampers away, and in sort of the darkness of the tunnel, we only see a pair of eyes that are blue, with something on the back of them on fire. Yes, what can I do for you, my liege? I think it's time that the Mythics had a challenge. Go out and do your thing, and above all, I'm going to need you to push them just over the edge. How over the edge are we talking? You see him go to a board with all your faces on it. You see something lightning quick go straight over the picture of Vic. Teach them how to let the monster out. You see the creature gets closer and closer. With pleasure, scratches the picture in half. And goes off, as we will end it there for tonight. Yay! Yay! Doom and gloom. With that, everybody, thank you for tuning in for another episode of the Mythic Initiative. With that, let's go in reverse order in the way we introduce ourselves. So it should be Hamna first.
Yes, that is me first. Hello, my name is Hamna. I use any and all pronouns, and I am a TTRPG performer. You can find me on, I don't know, I heard Twitter's dying, like actually. So I guess for now, Twitter at @HShahid_. I'll figure out where else to go. I have a card, hamna.card.co, where I'll post all of my other stuff if I go somewhere else. But plugs. On Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time is the first round of the Nameless Showdown, the charity Pokemon Showdown tournament that I am co-organizing over on the Nameless domain. I'm so excited, y'all. It's coming together. It's looking so good. It is a charity tournament, so please come help support all of the wonderful players that we have. They're all TTRPG content creators of color. It's going to be an absolutely toxic time. Like everybody has made the worst teams possible, and they're all going to be really mean to each other. It's going to be very fun to watch. So come help us support charity. We have some giveaway prizes to help incentivize donations and stuff. So yeah, 6 p.m. Eastern Time over on Nameless Domain. And I will pass it over to CJ.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm CJ, or Scholastic Dragon Online, Scholastic like the book fair, Dragon like the mythical creature, drop the O on Dragon when you search for me. Yeah, I'm also going to be in that thing. I'm actually the first match. Come watch me be literally the worst person ever. I'm literally going to be battling my own hater demons. It's going to be a time. If you like what I do, you can find me on a variety of places, not just on Twitter, but TikTok, YouTube, sometimes that's out Twitch technically, but I don't. It's a work in process. We got to rebuild. You know, sometimes when the sites implode, you got to figure out what to do. But you know, I think I'm passing it to C. No, I'm not. I'm passing it to V. Wrong syllables.
There you go. You got it though. Hey guys, I'm Vin at VinVoxVA on Insta. God rest in peace. Yeah, catch me Saturday on Huddy, our community ambassador for World of Darkness. Her mini series, All Thin Bloods. Are we dead yet? It's gonna be a great time. I'm super excited. But that's all I got going on while I figure out where I'm going on the internet. So I'm gonna pass it over to C.
Never mind, I thought it was my turn.
Yes.
Not yet. Hello everyone, my name is C. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me making very trans, very gay art on the internet. I don't know, generally speaking, at PieSharpArt. Yeah, that's the internet. If you liked what I did here tonight, you'll like what I do other places. So before checking out the incredible Nameless Domain, Pokemon Showdown, you should also come on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time to do Higher Education Episode 2, where I play a very normal Death Nun, and Humna's also in it. as are amazing individuals who I love so very much and are so very dear to my heart. And then after the Knowing This Domain Showdown, you should come to Transplanters Arc 7, Episode 6. It is literally the biggest plot twist in the entire campaign, is what I'm saying, is what happens. That's what happens this week. That happens this week. So check it out. Catch up this week if you haven't already. And then I'm in a bunch of other stuff that you can find while Twitter still exists. It's pinned on my profile. So if you want to know what other shows I'm in to come check me out, you can do that there. Chris, now it's all you.
Give me that. Hi everybody. Again, my name is Chris Cologne. You could find me on Twitter at VO_Cologne. It's COLON. At the moment, that's literally the only place I'm on. So if this baby dies, I'm gonna cry. But hopefully it won't. But you can find me there. I'm not really working too much on months. I got my VO stuff. I got a website, so if you want to check that out, need any VO stuff, I'm your guy. Also, quick note, we're going on a bit of a hiatus because there's the holidays and also coming up for Thanksgiving and whatnot. So our next episode will be, if I'm not mistaken, will be the same time, but at December 8th is when we're going to come back and full swing into all that good stuff here. But beyond that, guys, have a lovely night and thank you for tuning in. Farewell. Bye-bye.